Da 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 da.
You know, I really think. I think we should come up with like an intro or something.
I intend to. Maybe for like this as like a first year anniversary
Season
thing.
2.
I might try to get Scooge to make us like a theme. And then
the Stooges.
yeah, I would like to have some sort of intro, even if it's one that I animate myself with like little Stardew icons, because I can do that.
Yeah.
It would be really easy, and then I can like, I can steal the Chuckle Sandwich idea where I take clips from us in real life as part of the theme. I get the clip of you like running down the hallway with like the cape around your neck. I get the the clip of him doing the only one way to find out, and then zooming in on his face, showing all the different art pieces that I've made, something like that. I did try to write a theme once myself because an idea came to me in the middle of the night. I might still have the voice clip where I like sung it so that I would remember it. Maybe I can just send that to Skunda and have him do his little musician magic shit. Because he's a musician.
Oh yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah.
Cool.
He does like I think his main profession is like a music teacher, but he also like just goes around and like does concerts in Mexico.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty cool, yeah. You got your chocolate milk, dog?
I do. I'm petting
Where's
the
your
cat.
Twix? Oh, there it is.
Twix right there.
So if you can't tell by all of the tools I've kind of sprung around, today's episode's about Zelda. I tried to make it look like we have some sort of set going on, but this is still just my living room. But you know, we got a few things. We got like the 3D printed stuff. The bookshop back there is the new edition.
You got a hook shot.
Which I fucking love. That is fantastic.
You can grab it. You can like...
The chains spin. So it's also like, it kind of doubles as like a fidget toy.
Is
so
there like
chains,
a button?
No, but like, you can just spin them.
That's cool.
And I like it a lot. I'm hoping
That's
that
so nice.
maybe I can get like the whole Ocarina tool set. Because I don't think I'd be able to get all the weapons from Twilight Princess. Like, there's no way I'm going to get someone to be able to like 3D print like the spinner or the ball and chain. But I feel like the Ocarina ones would be easy, right? Like the bow, I feel like I could just buy.
Oh yeah.
The Megaton hammer, I already kind of have a hammer back there, but it's not the Megaton hammer.
You got a big sword.
That, I have a sword back here that is small, and you're supposed to put your Joy-Con in it for Skyward Sword, and it actually lights up. I was thinking about remodeling that into the Kokiri sword.
It is small enough.
And then just get the Deku Shield also 3D
And
printed.
you got big sword here.
That's technically the Master Sword, but it's so massive that it could be the Big Goron sword if I wield it.
Big Goron.
I'm only 5'3", so like the regular tools that are probably more life-size for me than they would be for actual adult Link. In fact, I have a replica of the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield over here as well. I'll probably pop a picture out so I don't have to get up and get it. And they're supposed to be for children, but like they are basically life-size for me. Like they are the perfect size for me specifically. So I used them in a cosplay once. I should bring that Link cosplay back. I think that would be cool, especially since I have more of the tools now. You alright there, buddy?
Yes. Just double checking to see if I got the drop from Tenocon.
Oh, fair. The valid. Yeah, Tenocon is happening right now.
So as we're filming this, I don't know what that is, but
Warframe.
Okay, it's a Warframe thing.
I feel like you'd like Warframe.
Maybe,
You that said that wasn't into it? Someone told us. Oh, it was said that she wasn't into Warframe.
Which is surprising.
Yeah. I know this isn't the Warframe episode, but as someone that isn't into those kind of games, Warframe is good. It's fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll make a video on it one day.
It also helps that it's free.
It is free, yeah.
I can't.
And I still give them money. Here, I'll take it.
Thank you.
I still give them microtransactions. I still give them money through the microtransactions. Twilight, you should not step on that. Okay, but don't step on the foul button.
For those...
This button right here, don't do it.
For those who can't see, because I'm not sure if the camera over there can capture it.
It can pick up a little bit. It would pick it up if she was like here.
One of the cats is about to climb on the PC. Anyway, my name is Ghost Goat. My friends call me Goat. Some of them call me Ghost, and my best friends just call me Tanner.
My name is Starla, and welcome to the Stooges.
We're doing the...
I'm the first Stooge, but my friends call me Stooge. I stream on Twitch.
Well, I call you Coco Melon. Because you're kind of cool.
I stream on Twitch, the first Stooge 7,
Again,
that's me.
Goat didn't even self-promote his Blue Sky, and you're already like, I stream on Twitch every 5 months. I play one game and then I leave. When was the last time you streamed? Was it a week week ago?
It was probably more than a week.
Yeah, you didn't stream when I was in New York, so I think it's been almost a month.
That's fine.
You
So I'm
could
fucking-
have capitalized on streaming in your stead.
I was gonna.
I
forget
could
it
have, yeah,
happened.
you could. Well, so many people were streaming while I was gone too. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Domo beat Undertale like the
Nice.
night that I saw the Schlatt show, and it happened at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't see it live. That was kind of funny. I'm glad that he did the pacifist route.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to convince him that it was going to take like a whole other playthrough, and I'm like, no, it's not.
That's not-
I don't know
that's
why
not how
they're
that
saying that.
works.
That was a
It's not.
whole thing. It was funny though. But no, today we're talking about Zelda. I got my Zelda cup here. This was from Etsy, actually, I believe, sword themed, but I had it for so long that it kind of just started to deteriorate. But I kept this little Hylian shield thing from it, and I think you got me this for my birthday, right? Didn't I send it to you and was like, I want this?
Yes.
Which I rarely do, by the way. I rarely just tell people exactly what I want because I think that's boring. And like, for me, gift giving, we're still not talking about Zelda, but for me, gift giving is very much like, I want to show you how much I appreciate you by giving you something that you don't need to say you want it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to surprise my friends with things that they may not have even thought of that they wanted, but because I have that mindset of like, well, this is what they like, and I think that this is really cool, so I'm gonna give them this. I just think it's a really, like, it's a physical way of showing, like, this is how much I care about you, that I put this much effort into finding something.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
like
why
the,
I don't like to explicitly say, I want this exact item. If I ever explicitly say I want it, it's because I've been spending too long to find it. Like when I mentioned the Saz figure from Final Fantasy 13,
Yeah.
it's because I've literally been looking for a cheap version of the character of the, what's it called? The figure, for literally years. And I've finally just given up on buying it myself. But I don't like to just be like, okay, here's a list, get me everything on this or something.
Yeah.
Because I just, like, I know what's coming. And
No,
I can
yeah,
even guess from when I see it in the packaging.
The surprise is definitely a big aspect of it. That's
Yeah.
really cool, really fun.
Because you guys will think of things that, like, I didn't even think of. Like that heart container lamp back there that you got me last year. Was that for Christmas or birthday?
I think that was for Christmas.
Yeah, because the birthday was the microphone, you're right. That, I remember, like, I had the biggest reaction to that because I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
I knew that there was, like, I have I have one of a shield back there that has lights, like, around it. They don't really light up very well, and I know that there's a Majora's Mask version of that, but that's entirely different. I had never seen that at, like, a GameStop or anything.
No.
So I didn't even consider that that was a thing, so that was a big surprise for me.
I don't even remember where I got it, I'm gonna be honest.
I wonder if it was at, like, because there's GameStop, but then there's a bunch of other, like, nerdy stores at the mall.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bonkers, which is now leaving.
Yeah, it was probably
It's
at one of
leaving?
those.
Yeah.
Uh,
Isn't it so funny how
Why
there's,
is it
like,
leaving?
there's sections of our mall that if a shop goes there, it doesn't stay there for long.
yeah.
Like, it's there for maybe a year. That's, like, that Bonkers was so many other different stores before, right? And then they'd be there for a year and then be out of sale again.
And they're arguably relatively the same store every
Yeah.
time. It's just a different
A new name and, like, a new structure, kind of.
So today
Yeah, we're talking about Zelda.
we're going to talk about Zelda.
We're gonna
I've
talk
been
about
talking-
Zelda.
I've been talking a lot about Zelda lately, really. Specifically in Domo's chat for some reason. He's playing Ocarina of Time right now. Which is
nice.
very nostalgic because it was Tucker playing Ocarina of Time that's convinced me to start streaming.
And he didn't,
Ocarina of Time is the first game I ever played.
and he didn't know you need to get a fish.
No, that was Domo. Domo
Domo
didn't
didn't
know
know
he
that.
needed the fish.
I've never played Ocarina of Time myself. I still have to.
Mhm.
It's one of the many sins I've committed not playing Ocarina of
I mean, to
Time.
be fair, people, like, there's so many 2D games that I can't play because I'm terrible at 2D games that I really want to.
Sure, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the original Sonic games, Super Metroid, and Link to the Past I have not beaten.
That's a fun one. That is one of the ones
Link to
I
the
played.
Past?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
See, I beat the first dungeon, and then I got stuck on the second dungeon, and for some reason, I had this elitist mindset of, like, I need to play Link to the Past the way that you were intended to play it, so I can't look up a guide. And that caused me to get so stuck that I got so stuck trying to find the second dungeon, and then I took a break, and then when I came back, there was no context clues to figure out exactly how far in the game I was, so I could no longer really look up at what point in the game I was in.
So that's something I've seen with a few other Zelda games too, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing because I like the 2D, like the top-down stuff,
Yes.
right? I like the 3D stuff too. I love Twilight Princess.
Twilight
we'll
Princess
get.
is fantastic.
I believe
very
there
good
will
game.
just be a whole segment on its own in this
Oh, I
like
would love
episode of Twilight Princess. But I've been playing through the Minish Cap, which is like the Game Boy Advanced one, right?
I need to play that too.
Minish Cap.
There are a handful of moments where I felt like I was stonewalled and just didn't know what to do
Yeah.
because
your brain's underdeveloped like all of ours.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, exactly.
From all the modern games that hold your hand,
Oh,
so when the
well,
game
yeah,
doesn't hold your
yeah.
hand, it's like.
Well,
I
like-
thought you were just calling us like incompetent or
I mean,
like.
I'd be calling myself that too, since I said all of us.
I feel like you're pretty good at those games. It's RPGs that you struggle with,
Yeah, I
like
don't play a lot of
turn-based or like
RPGs.
Final Fantasy type beat. You know. Anyways, go on.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say sure, like, yeah, but I would hope the game would at least give me hints. And they, to be fair, they probably have.
Mhm.
But how was I supposed to know I was to like turn small and go to this specific place?
Yeah.
And do these specific things.
I think the 2D games are not as. I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't played it, but I feel like the 2D games aren't as. Not even as obvious because the 3D games aren't obvious. To get back into Ocarina of Time real quick, Domo was really struggling with the fact that, you know, to get to Jabba Jabba's belly, you go through Zora River, or is it Zora Lake, one of those, and you climb up to the Zora's Fountain. Is it Zora's Fountain? No, Zora's Fountain is where Jabba Jabba is. So Zora's River, you climb up, you play the Zelda's Lullaby to get into Zora's domain, and then you go up, and the king's like, I'm not gonna let you through because my daughter's missing, and then you just kind of, like, the game doesn't outright tell you, like, oh, you have to go to Jabba Jabba, or you have to get, you know, you have to get past the king.
Mhm.
I think even Navi just goes, you have to find the next spiritual stone. Like, she doesn't really give you any big clues herself. And I think the owl tells you where to go, but, like, once you get there, the only thing that you know is that, like, the king is not letting you go past there, and, like, what do I do now? So you go back down, and there's, like, there's this hole in the water, and one of the Zoras tells you that leads to Lake Ilea. And you're like, you try to dive down, you realize you can't go down enough, and that immediately starts the, like, what do I do next? Right? Like, there is this area that I'm very curious about that I can go through that I haven't gone through yet, like, new area, and most people would probably be like, maybe I'm not supposed to do that yet. But that's what I like about the old Zelda formula, is that back in the day, you had to be curious to figure out what to do. You couldn't just, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to do that yet, so I'm gonna leave and keep running around in circles. No, the new area, or the fact that the king's not letting you through, that's supposed to make you curious enough to continue to investigate, right?
Sure.
So the king's not letting you through, and there's this hole that you want to go through, but you just can't barely make it. Well, you're in a location with fish creatures that do swim, that can go underwater. One of them must know something about how to get in there, right? Because I'm just a human.
It encourages you to go around and talk to these characters.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is something I do understand. Like, I do appreciate that out of those games.
Damn, you're chugging that milk.
Yo.
I haven't had one of these in like a year.
I know, aren't they like? I like the Rolo ones the best. I mean, I will take a caramel one as well, but they're good.
But yeah, Legend of Zelda, very big, very influential franchise.
Yeah.
Especially like for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
If you can't.
we
tell.
got the memorabilia merch out there. Like, a couple of your most popular videos too are the Zelda videos. if I
Yeah,
remember.
the first
They are.
one is at 32K right now, and the finding or the analyzing Zelda's at 29K,
Mhm.
and also like the Bombchu thing is from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bear, all that stuff, right? But you eventually find the Zora that like teaches you to do the diving minigame, and then you get the silver scale. You go down, you get the bottle, right? So now, not only do you have the silver scale that allows you to dive more, but you've gotten a bottle from it. And assuming you've just been doing the story and you haven't really done any of the side quests, this is your first empty bottle. You can get one from Anju, and you can get one from Talon, I think, but those are optional. So this could potentially be your only empty bottle.
Mhm.
Once you give the letter to the Zora King, he moves, and you can go at the Jabu Jabu, but the jaw is closed. And I found something to be very interesting about that is Navi won't really say anything about it, but you can also call Saria, who can also kind of give you some hints on where you should be going. She won't tell you anything about it either. So, like, Jabu Jabu will not open his jaws. If you walk up to him, he does not move. His eyes are he's blinking, looking like Fable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, sitting
when
there
he's
like
just sitting there.
big fake cat.
And so Domo was, like, dropping bombs in his mouth. Nothing was happening. He was, like, attacking it. He was going around. At one point, he thought he had to go under Jabu Jabu, and at one point he started drowning, and I jokingly said in chat, what is this, Deltarune? No one got it. No one got the joke. I felt proud of that, though. I was like, if Stooge was in here, he would have gotten it. And he runs, I swear to fucking God, he runs around Jabu, and by extension, Zora's Domain, for a half an hour. Full on a half an hour. At this point, we're desperately trying to tell him to, like, we know the answer. The answer is you're supposed to use that new empty bottle that you got, and pick up a fish and bring it to Jabu, and that will get him to open his mouth. Bit cannibalistic, but you know, maybe different species of fish don't count. Like, would it be cannibalistic if we ate monkeys? Monkey meat?
I don't think I want to get into that.
Like,
I don't think that'd be cannibalistic, but I could see it as being a little weird.
A little weird, yeah. I don't even know if monkey meat would taste. Like, what made us decide? I'm sidetracking already. What made us decide what meat tasted good and what meat didn't? Like, how did we come to know that?
Lots of trial and error.
Based
Yeah.
on just eating everything that moves.
Hunting,
and
I
being
guess,
like-
I
yeah.
want to know how many people it took to figure out how to perfectly cook a chicken and not get
True.
sick by it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Chicken's a bit more temperamental with that, isn't it?
Yeah.
True.
Do you
I forgot
think
about that.
people eat what are they called, like cuckoos in Legend of Zelda?
We know. Well, in Breath of the Wild, I don't know if you kill the cuckoo specifically, but in Breath of the Wild, you kill animals and get chicken legs from them.
Okay, see, my
But
main
cuckoos specifically, I don't think we've. Oh, there goes. You want to move that back up?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been able to kill a cuckoo specifically.
my main question about like this is because like I know it's the game mechanic. If you attack a cuckoo enough times, it'll summon the horde and just
Except
kill
in
you.
Twilight Princess, where instead you just play as it for a little bit.
That's such a fun.
I don't know why they changed that. Maybe they couldn't render all of those cuckoos in like one go.
the
Because they
Wii
are, like,
starts
really
crashing.
Detailed in that game for some reason. But yeah, for some, you play as them if you attack
Well,
them
this
too
is-
many times.
Twilight Princess is a like really detailed game.
It really is.
Such a fascinating look at the art. Like the art style of Zelda games are so interesting to me. Because even though I haven't played a lot of them, there is a specific style that they have leading all the way up to, I want to say, Breath of the Wild, where it's like
It's never consistent.
they're distinct. They're different and distinct in their own ways,
Yeah.
but they're still Zelda, and
Yeah.
you can still tell, right? Like, with how different even like A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, and like Spirit Tracks looks to like Wind Waker, right? Like
Yeah.
all of that is still Zelda.
Or like Minish Cap versus Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the 2D like the even when it was pixelated back in the day too.
but even then, it still has an art style, still has an identity.
Yeah.
It's
So far, we haven't really gotten a Zelda game that doesn't look like or even feel like Zelda. Like, even though I have my gripes about even though I have my gripes about Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild still looks like a Zelda game, and while it's very different based on, like, the weapons that you have and the way that you fight, it's still a Zelda game. Like, maybe not in the same sense that the other 3D titles are, but, like, Breath of the Wild is its own league, but it still is Zelda in its own way. Tears of the Kingdom too, and like with the sky and the traveling, and
Yeah,
especially with the characters,
the
and,
designs and like
the
some
villages.
of the
The villages
iconography.
definitely make it feel more like Zelda.
Yeah,
If Breath of the Wild did really stick to just being like post-apocalyptic, I don't think it would feel like Zelda, because a lot of what makes Zelda so good is the characters and the themes around them, right? Like the characters in Majora's Mask, how they're all handling grief differently, and how like some of them are cursed and some of them like aren't, or some of them are trying to think about escaping and some of them are too stubborn to want to leave. Like, if you didn't have that, I don't think it would be a Zelda game. Like, I don't think it's possible to make a game where it's just Link and Zelda type thing.
no, certainly not. Hyrule
Have you still not gotten
itself.
it?
No.
You check the, you gotta go, hold on, you gotta swipe out of the stream, and then you should have a notification thing there.
Is that why you've been like quiet?
Do you have it? Okay.
I got it just now.
Yeah, it doesn't pop up. It'll appear there.
Is that why you've been quiet most of the episode so far?
Yeah, you do. He
I
wants to
got
make
it. I
some
claimed it.
Okay, well you can put that face down, ass up now, right?
Okay.
Other way. There you go. There you go. Okay, well he's gonna check it regardless. What do you have to say about Zelda, Connor?
I started getting into Zelda with Twilight Princess when you first showed Twilight Princess to me because it was your favorite Zelda, and I hadn't played.
Did
Zelda
we beat it
games
together, or
before
did I
that.
just kind of like play it?
When we beat it together.
Like, did I play through it in its entirety with you?
I'm pretty sure.
Really? Damn.
Because we also later did that with Skyward Sword. Because you're like, oh, Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword was because I got it. Like it was when it was released on Switch. We were living here when I got it. That's what that sword thing over there is for. I think it even glows when you use the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, just like the Skyward Sword.
Although I don't know if my big Joy-Con would fit in there. I think I'd have to use the little ones. So I probably wouldn't use it, but I mean, it's cool. I'm still gonna probably repurpose it into the Rapier sword.
The Zelda as a franchise is very, like... It's fantasy. It's been around for a long time, ever since, like, the first Zelda, and like Zelda 2.
I think
It's been around since
it's
was
been around
released.
since like the first Zelda came out way back on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
It was in the 90s, right?
I think it was in
I
the
don't
80s.
think- was it in the 80s?
Because the 90s, like 1990.
1999 was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And A Link to the Past, I think, was like 4 years earlier. Maybe even
yeah,
less.
it must have been like late 80s.
Or early 90s.
I'm gonna like for the next episodes make cue
There's a lot
cards
of,
for me to use.
Cue cards?
Cute little cue cards. Be like Zelda.
Zelda.
But no, yeah, no. Legend of Zelda is really interesting because
Because it was the 20th anniversary when Skyward Sword came out in 2010, so it would have had to have been the 80s, I think.
I believe so. Because
Like,
I know
late
Mario was in
80s.
the 80s as well.
There it goes. You'll never see it again.
It's gone.
But like much like how Mario defined the
Platformer.
platforming
Like
genre,
Mario
right?
defined the platforming
Um,
genre.
You mocking me?
What? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna.
Sorry, I
I'm
did
going,
that. I
you-
did that passively. Because the
Watch
way her
out.
voice sounded
The
makes
next.
me instinctively start to mimic it. And then she's like,
You
are
better
you mocking him?
be
I'm like,
careful, because
I
the next
realized I
time you
was.
have tomato soup, there may be a spider or three.
Where is this spider soup coming from, dude?
I don't know. It's just something I
don't
said one day
drink
and I thought it
tomato
was
soup.
funny.
I don't drink
So
tomato soup.
You don't eat it either?
No.
No?
you don't like tomato soup?
I fucking
Oh
hate
no, I think it's
tomato
good.
soup
I just
growing
haven't
up,
had it in a
actually,
long
so-
time. Like it's not something that I
You
ever
would like
just pour
tomato
for
soup.
myself.
But
It's okay. It's nice.
yeah, like I was saying, how Mario like literally built and defined the platforming genre.
The way you latched onto that was like a baby, I'm sorry. The way you did a big yawn and then latched onto your water bottle.
Oh, Wawa! You have your Wawa?
You have in your bubba?
You know who
Fuck
else
off.
has? Do you know who else has their
Fuck
Wawa?
off.
Link. He
Not
drinks
really.
water.
Well, he does.
You can drink.
Actually, no. Not
Oh.
usually. If you ever put water in a bottle, he usually pours it out, actually. The only thing that he'll drink is, like, potions, chew jelly, milk.
Milk.
He's big on milk.
Is there water in potions?
Well, yeah, but he'll never have, like, a cup of water and drink it.
Somebody should get that man some water.
Does he
He's
have
probably
water
so
in...
dehydrated.
I don't think... Well... Yeah, there's plants in Skyward Sword. I haven't... It's crazy that, like, I have played Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker more than I've played Skyward Sword, but I consider Skyward Sword to be in my top 3.
I think.
Which I think is really funny, because I actually don't know that much about it in terms of the specifics. Not like with the other 3D titles.
Mhm.
Can you collect water? And no, there's no bottles in Breath of the Wild. See, this is the fucking weird thing. That's just what makes Breath of the Wild weird. There's no hook shot, there's no bottles. There are boomerangs, but no one uses them.
There's like swords and durability,
Swords and bigger swords and
like a motorcycle.
the glaives. The motorcycle I never got, actually. Because it
But,
requires you doing this side quest where you pick up this weapon that does a shit ton of damage, but you only have like a quarter heart.
Mhm.
And you have to beat all of these missions with that quarter heart. And then that's how you get the bike, and I couldn't do it. I'm not that good at the game, dude. I'm good at the glitches. I'm not good at the actual combat. Not that much.
I was never a big fan of the durability system because I don't know if I didn't like the idea of having to pick up like 20 different copies of swords and
There's
like,
ways
having
around
to switch
it.
them when you break.
There's an Octorok that will actually repair your weapon's durability if you let him suck it up and spit it back out.
Those are the squid guys, right?
Yeah, the Octoroks, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until like a couple years ago when I was playing it. But Tears of the Kingdom gets rid of that issue.
It's just something I didn't really think of I'd ever have to deal with in a Zelda game and not really want to.
Yeah,
That
like
makes
what am
it
I playing?
different.
Zelda or Minecraft?
What am I playing, Zelda or Dark Souls or something?
Actually,
or Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I did want to say, even though I'm not somebody who's played too many Zelda games, I've still existed around like the zeitgeist of Zelda over this like 40-something year history almost.
Is it 40 years old yet?
I
No,
think
it's
so.
30. It's 30.
It's 30.
It's gonna be 40 years in like 2030, probably when the fucking movie comes out.
I don't think that Sonic came out before Zelda, because Sonic
I'm
is
pretty sure
celebrating
it
their
did
35th right now.
But I'm like 90. Did it? Yeah, I guess Google time.
Look this up.
There's no way Zelda's 40 years old.
How old is the Zelda? She's old for jazz.
I don't think so. That would be crazy. I mean, is Sonic older than Zelda? Maybe
No.
not, but no way is it 40. Just look up when the first Zelda game came out. That'll answer our previous question.
When did the first?
But to finish the
Zelda-
thought, it was just really interesting that when Domo was trying to figure out where the fish was, neither Navi nor Saria gave him the solution. It was actually talking to Azora that specifically says, "I've heard that if you give a fish to Jabu Jabu, he'll be really happy." And that's where the solution was.
Yep,
Because once again,
1986. Zelda is 40 years old.
86.
Yes.
What the fuck? That's crazy. That mean it would have just turned 40.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
40 years old.
Dude, and we're getting like nothing this year. Like when no game is coming out.
This
I
is
guess
how-
unless it comes out like late 2026.
I mean, isn't there the Ocarina of Time remake?
Is that coming out this year?
I think so. I think it's coming out
I
this
think,
year.
yeah, no, I think you're right, actually. I think
That
it
was
is.
coming out
Which
next year.
is more than I can say for Sonic, who is celebrating his 35th anniversary right now.
To be fair, Zelda didn't really get anything for the 35th anniversary either. We got Age of Imprisonment, which kind of wasn't good. No, Age of Imprisonment was last year. It kind of wasn't good. I don't really get into it in my analyzing video, but it was essentially, they just lobotomized Zelda again. Like, Zelda got
Again?
Zelda goes through all of this character development
yeah,
in Breath
she
of the
goes,
Wild, where she kind of starts off as kind of a bitch.
She
and
goes
then-
from stretching her arm out and swinging a stick to being, like, the powerful magical princess.
What?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's like from your video, the one Zelda that, like...
Oh, yeah, when she
stretches
throws, like,
her arm
wand
out.
stick. Yeah. Well, I just mean in Breath of the Wild, she starts out as kind of bitchy because she's projecting her hatred of herself onto Link, and, like, of how she's disappointed that she can't develop her power, and it seems to come really easy to Link. So she, like, projects onto that, and she's really rude to him until he saves her life, and that kind of gets her to start softening up to him. And all of that. But then in Tears of the Kingdom, because she's in the past, and she's kind of forced back into the limelight of, like, duty, she loses all of that personality that she had built up in the memories, and by extension in Age of Calamity, which I know isn't the same game, but if we're meant to believe that this is the same Zelda, then it's the same character. Like, I don't know if Age of Calamity Zelda and Breath of the Wild Zelda are the same, because Age of Calamity Zelda never has those moments of projection. She is very clearly, like, a different iteration of the past. There's never a moment where she's, like, yelling at Link, or telling him to go away, or anything like that. Like, she warms up to him relatively quickly.
Yeah.
But technically they're meant to be the same character, and that the events in Age of Calamity, despite not being canon, are technically kind of what happened before. Like characters like Suga did exist. Maybe not Astor, but Suga definitely did exist. The Yiga did exist. Impa did exist. Like, they did. This episode's for my birthday. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
My birthday is, like, what? my birthday weekend is in 2 weeks.
Happy birth month.
Thank
Also
you.
in 2 weeks.
And my birthday itself is less than that because it's on the 22nd. But to get back into Zelda, like, because, you know, you meet her at the end of Breath of the Wild and she's like, oh, do you really remember me? And then you travel around Hyrule together in, like, the post-credit scene, which I think you only get if you view all the memories. But why wouldn't you? They're the only cutscenes in the game. And then, yeah, because they're separated in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, at the beginning, she's so excited about all this new research, and then she gets traveled back into the past. And after that, she's, like, no longer Zelda. She's kind of just, like, forced back into being the Princess of Hyrule. Which is a point that I make in my video where it's like Zelda back in the day didn't really have a personality. She was very much just like the duty-bound Princess of the Kingdom. You know, she was meant to be very prim and proper. It wasn't until the transition to 3D that she was actually given more of a personality. She started to feel more like a girl and less like a monarch. And Tears of the Kingdom just went back on that. It went back on making Zelda the princess and having her have a sense of duty and having that be the only thing that matters. And then she sacrifices herself and, like, her mortality and her, like, literally sacrifices her personality to be a point of the plot.
Yeah.
And then when you save her, she's, like, happy to be back, but you don't really get to see her be the same Zelda that she was. The same Zelda that she formed herself to be through the memories of Breath of the Wild and through that experience of reawakening her abilities. And what made it so exciting about Age of Imprisonment was the fact that it was supposed to be more of an expanded timeline on what Zelda's time in the past was like. Her time with Rauru and her time with, I forget her name.
The fish one.
No, the woman.
The-
Radani? No. Oh, I can't remember her name. That's so funny. What's her? Can you look up the fucking Rauru's wife? I can't believe I can't remember her name. That's crazy.
Zonia.
Jessica or some shit. What's her name?
Yeah, Jessica.
No, it's not Jessica.
Jessica.
Sorry,
What's wrong?
it's Queen
Sonia.
Sonia.
Yeah, okay, it just came to me.
Do you know?
Fucking, that's crazy. So Queen Jessica, you know, it's given us more of an expanded time with them, and so you would think that if we get more time with these characters, maybe we'll have more time to be able to see what they were like before the war, before Ganon reawakened, you know, to get some nice lighthearted moments, because that's what we got in Age of Calamity. Before the Calamity starts, you know, before we even meet the champions, we got to see these characters in what was essentially their regular habitat before all of this started to happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, we don't get that in Age of Imprisonment. We might see a little bit of, like, Rauru and Sonia, or Jessica, but we don't really get to see, like, Zelda talk about how excited she is about certain things and like, get into the technology, because it's just like, nope, Ganondorf's a problem, we have to stop him, the War of Imprisonment started, my wife is dead, we have
My wife
to
is
deal with this, you know, like,
They killed Jessica?
They killed yeah, sorry, spoilers, but the game came out like 3 years ago. But yeah, Sonia gets fucking heated from the back, like stabbed from the back, and then she gets her stone stolen, and that happens like within like the first hour of the game. Why does it look like you're passing out?
Are you passing out?
You
No.
look exhausted.
Are you exhausted?
I don't feel exhausted.
Okay, that's good.
You were looking at me and spinning your head like a Pokemon that's been confused. I was like, are you good? Is this too much information for your brain?
Well, I
No, I
can't.
feel like I've been listening pretty well. I was
It has
gonna...
just been me talking, because
A lot of the bulk,
Tears
yeah.
of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild has been the thing that I have been talking about for a couple weeks now. Even before we started filming this.
My knowledge of Zelda is mostly Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, and
You
there
know
are
about
things I
Ocarina of
like
Time.
about
You know what
both
the
of them.
areas
Oh, of course,
and
yeah.
all that.
I've actually never played
I
Ocarina of
will
Time
say-
the normal route. I've
You've
always done
only
it through
done
the
the
The genocide
randomizer.
route?
No, the randomizer.
Ah.
Where I'm
The
going
weird route
through it
in
in
Ocarina of
like the
Time?
most, yeah, the weird route.
There kind of is a weird route in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, really?
Well, okay. So the thing is that you don't have to necessarily play it in a linear way. Like, you're meant to do, like, Deku Tree, Dodongo's Cavern, Jabu Jabu, and then that's it. But there's nothing stopping you from leaving a dungeon after you get a core item, so you could do Deku Tree, go to Dodongo's Cavern, get the bombs, leave, and then do Zora's Fountain and get the Sapphire. And I don't know if the game tells you to go back and get the ruby. I think the game does tell you to go back and get the ruby. But I think with the checks in adult timeline, there may be temples that you can essentially skip. because I think the game only checks for the 3 medallions that you get. I think it only checks for light, shadow, and spirit.
Yeah, there's
So
like
as an
6
adult,
medallions
you
in
can get the
total.
light medallion, then go to the forest temple, get the hook shot, leave, and then go go to fire temple, get the hammer, leave, and then go to the water temple.
Okay.
And then do the water temple, do the shadow temple, do the spirit temple, done.
Yeah, a bit of a
So you can
odd
just
route.
you can break away from the linearity if you just don't want to do it that way. And I think because of how the game checks for things, it will let you pass even if you don't have all medallions. We
But-
know that because of the randomizer.
But what I was gonna say, outside of like a couple of the games, and knowing that Ocarina of Time's opening is just nostalgia in a bottle. Like, I've never played the game myself. Even I think that I feel nostalgic for that intro.
Because it was such a huge thing. Like, I know we had, like, Mario and we had 3D games at the time,
But this is
for
the-
something like Zelda to go full 3D after how expansive Link to the Past showed that these games could be,
Yeah.
that was just like, you were really stepping into the world of Zelda at that point instead of watching
Yeah,
a game or watching a
physically,
story. Like, you are there, you are watching it as if it's a movie almost.
You are traversing through this world as it's unfolding. And, I was gonna say, sorry, I will let you take your
Okay,
point
yeah.
in a moment.
Like, you can't go into first-person view in Link to the Past, you know?
I was gonna say though, no, you can't. That's true. Can you imagine if you could though?
I imagine we will be able to one day if someone remakes the entire map in Minecraft or something. I'm sure someone's already done that.
Oh, without a doubt.
I once tried to make the entire map of Ocarina of Time in Minecraft. I did the market, I started on the Temple of Time, and then I gave up.
But I was gonna say the ripple effect of like the gameplay and like the evolution of Zelda's gameplay, which is
Mhm.
something I feel like I can talk about in this regard, is so interesting because
Yeah.
without Zelda making that jump to 3D, we would never have gotten stuff like Dark Souls.
Wait, you really... Oh, I mean, Dark Souls... Okay, the Z targeting thing, for fucking sure, is from Ocarina of Time.
Sure, yeah.
That's curious that you say that, though.
Well, it's just kind of a like a fact at this point.
Yeah.
I feel.
I
'Cause,
wonder
like,
if there's gonna be any, like, Dark Souls heads that are like, oh no, because Demon Souls came out in, like,
after Ocarina
2000
of
and, like,
Time.
and it was really good, and
Yeah.
it's not stupid
Demon-
Zelda.
Demon-
I wouldn't
Souls.
deny that like Demon Souls is good. I've never played it. I've played a few Dark Souls games, not that one. But without Legend of Zelda giving us the basis for what a I'd say
Like a 3D adventure,
action
like,
RPG
action title.
adventure game would be, right? Like we never would have gotten stuff like Dark Souls or other games.
I mean, Z
Let's see.
targeting was incredibly revolutionary for the 3D genre.
Mhm.
Like, there are many games, including Dark Souls, like, that still use the Z targeting
Like,
shtick. Like, whether people want to
basically
admit it or
lock on,
not,
right?
locking in Elden Ring is Z targeting.
Yeah.
You see the little circle around them, and the camera now focuses on behind you because you are now focusing on the enemy in front of you. The camera moves with you. You can go back. You can go sideways. You can go
Even-
back, and you can let go, and then the camera resets. You're holding a button to do it. That's Z targeting.
Even with stuff like Elden Ring. Sorry, I'll let you go. I'll let you say.
I was gonna
You
say
look
one.
zooted out of your mind.
One
dude.
thing people
If
know
I
was
told
talked
you that
about was
Connor had like 7 edibles before this podcast episode, would you believe me?
And you're
I
not
don't-
sharing?
I don't eat edibles. I don't do drugs.
Except your meds.
That's a prescription. They're different.
Which one's more dead? This guy died from illegal drugs. This guy died from prescription drugs.
Which one's more dead?
That's a good reference.
How the start of Ocarina of Time, the very first room in Link's house, the camera is placed in a very specific angle at the
Yes.
top to kind of mimic the showing like a transition how the old style was vertical, and so it's like, oh well, in the first room it's like that, but it's
And if you
3D.
don't know to press up on the control stick, or up on the C stick, or I guess the buttons at the time, you can't reset the map either. Like, it will be top down in that room.
Yeah,
You
and
can make
so-
any of the houses top down if you press that button too, so you can kind of see what it would have looked like and then what it looks like now.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
fascinating.
And
any
so-
room you can do. I think, except there are some exceptions. Like, I don't think you can do that in Talon's Chickens area because that would be cheating because of the
Yeah.
minigame. But most of the houses that are just basic houses, like none of the minigame houses are out like that. If you press up on the C stick or the up button, it'll go top down.
Yeah, well, the point being that like that, so people would see that first, then they walk outside and suddenly they're brought into like full
Yeah.
3D with the
The
camera
camera
behind
Subverting
them.
the
around.
expectations, like
Yeah,
showing
even back
this
then.
is Zelda now.
I do wonder if they'll maintain that in the remake, where it'll start with
Now
the
they're just
top-down
gonna have every
camera.
single fucking Zelda walk up a cliff.
Yeah, because
Like,
Breath
they-
of the Wild did
They
it,
did it in
right?
Breath of the Wild, they did it in Tears of the Kingdom, they did it in Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know if they did
I
it
was-
in Link's Awakening,
I was
but
gonna
like...
say too, going back on the like the point of
Yeah,
how
well, 'cause-
Zelda
well, 'cause
literally
Although I guess that is
revolutionized
technically
gaming.
how Ocarina of Time starts, where you're on the top of your house.
Going back to how like Zelda literally revolutionized gaming.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean like the shot where you're on
We-
top of somewhere really high up and you get to see like the whole...
Or like the cliff,
Wii
because Echoes
U.
of Wisdom opens up that way too. Echoes of Wisdom opens up with like Zelda coming
You've-
out of the cave,
yeah.
and then she walks up and she stands on the cliffside, and you can see her castle and the
Yeah,
rest of her kingdom.
you gotta have the money shot where everything is like...
But it's
brought
funny
out in
because
full
that's
view.
hypocritical, since Ocarina of Time technically did it first, because you start with Link coming out of his house
Yeah.
on the top terrace of it.
Even the starting thing showing off when it zooms in and Kokiri Forest and see all the 3D environments.
Yeah.
Like, that too, kind of like, whoa, look at all this 3D.
we
Look at all these
literally-
polygons and triangles, dude.
And now it's just gonna be like, oh, it's more 3D. I mean, I do think the new...
No,
it's
Zelda
gonna be good.
is very good with their stylized graphics. I
Yeah.
don't think that... I don't know if Zelda's ever going to not
Bro.
feel like Zelda, because
Well,
Zelda's
even
doing something...
It's gonna look like this is gonna be Zelda in 2016.
Well, here's the
Unreal
thing, like,
Engine.
Unreal Engine 5.
Every other fucking game, like GTA 6 looks like Uncharted, and all of those like
And-
samurai games look like Ghost of Tsushima, and all of those open world games now look like Cyberpunk or like Starfield or like Fallout. Like if you look back on any of the games shown at Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards last year, they all
very
look the
seldom.
fucking same.
Very seldom are they like stylized.
Rarely do all of the Zelda games look the same, and if they do, it is intentional.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask look the same because they are direct sequels. Same thing with Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Same thing with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Same engine because it's meant to be the same universe.
Yeah.
Right? But Toon Link, Wind Waker does not look like Twilight Princess. Skyward Sword does not look like Ocarina of Time. Spirit Tracks does not look like A Link to the Past. Like, Zelda has, we've talked about it already, Zelda has always had not a consistent art style,
But a
con-
distinct art style.
a distinct but also consistent within its genre and within its franchise.
Like something that is uniquely Zelda.
Yes, Zelda games will always look different from what modern graphics are trying to do because Nintendo is always good at being very stylized with their games. I would even argue that while the new Star Fox doesn't look great in terms of like the character design,
It's still
it still looks
stylized.
better than most of the games coming out for like Sony or Microsoft consoles.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue that Star Fox has a more interesting art style than the new Wolverine game.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's just
No,
it's
definitely.
just it's just like realistic
The,
superhero game like Spider-Man was.
The Star Fox characters do look more like they were originally intended to. With
I
the
can no
original
longer
box
look at
art.
Connor from my angle, by the way. Fable is completely
There's
blocking
just
him.
cat in the way.
Well,
Hi,
the
Fable.
original box art showed like puppets or whatever that they used to represent them. So the original style was supposed to be like
Very.
a very realistic like animals, and now they can actually recreate that like completely with the modern graphics.
Hey,
But
So it's an interesting way where
you gotta figure out what you're doing. Dog,
there
'cause I
was
can't see
the
my
original
photos.
design that was designed to look like that, but the in-game graphics did not represent that at all. People got used to the in-game graphics and now assumed that's what they were always meant to look like. When no, that was limitations of the time. They were supposed to actually be like hyper-realistic animals.
He was actually muffling your audio for me too.
Oh.
Like I can hear you a lot better now that Fable's not in front of you.
like I'm sure
Making
you've
those
seen.
really
I'm sure
funny.
you've seen the original box art for Star Fox. How the four of them are standing there and they almost look like puppets. They're like hyper-realistic. How that was what they were going to go for, but people got used to the way the models looked in game. But the only reason they looked that way was because
The
of the
limitations
limitations.
of the console.
So now, in a way, they're kind of running it around where it's like, oh, they look realistic. It's like, yeah, but that's what they were going to look for originally. Now they can actually recreate them to look the way they wanted to. But people aren't used to it because that's not what Star Fox has ever really looked
I
like.
just don't think they needed. Okay, if they were going to go for that Star Fox art style, then why the fuck give us the design that we got in the Mario Galaxy movie, and then also like spoil it before the movie was even released that was the new Star Fox design? Like, what the fuck?
I
think-
actually do really like Star Fox's design in the movie. I
The
think
movie
he
is
looks- he looks
fantastic.
very,
His
like,
eyes
friendly.
are like. There's a reason. I think someone got fucking mad at me for doing.
Someone got mad at me.
Yeah, no,
At
someone,
least
someone
Starlight.
got mad at me for
Somebody
making
got-
the
Someone's
joke
always mad at
that
you.
the Star Fox character looked like Mr. Fox. Like the
I've
Yeah.
seen that
the
everywhere
edit,
though.
The edit,
Yeah.
like, and when I made the edit,
One of
someone
my-
actually got mad at me for doing that.
If you've
and was
looked at
like,
the original
"Why is
puppets-
everybody saying this?" Because that's what it looks like.
That
the
is what it
original-
looks
yeah,
like.
the
I've
original
never
puppets
even
look
seen
like
the
that.
Mr. Fox movies. I didn't know that George Clooney played that motherfucker. I like George Clooney.
One of my
He did a good
But
job.
like
favorite.
very good
I've
job.
never seen it, and it was like if they had just made Fox's eyes a little bit bigger, I think that would have been fine. It's the same thing with the Shrek design. Like it just doesn't look like Shrek, you know?
One of my favorite little like memes I've seen after like the Star Fox thing came out was like was an edit of the box art and it said "Fantastic Mr. Star Fox."
Yeah, dude. That's
I mean,
what it
it-
looks like.
I
I,
mean,
don't know what
it-
you want me to tell you.
No, you're not. You're not wrong. You're right. If you look at the original design for them, they do look like they walked out of the Fantastic Mr. Fox because they were actual like puppets.
George Clooney.
But it is
motherfucker.
but it is an interesting example of how people don't like the way they look now. But this is more accurate to what they originally wanted to make them. Like
I don't
years
think
ago. They
I
just
don't
couldn't.
think the puppets look anything fucking like the new models.
You ever
The
notice?
new models are too defined. It looks like someone took a shot of a model on Instagram and increased the sharpness, and the voice actors also just don't help sell it. Like they're very much like, haha, Peppy, we have to go fight these guys. It looks like we've won. You'll pick up our tab. Like they don't sound like they care. And like maybe they just didn't get paid enough. I don't know. Even Slippy doesn't really sound like, I'm Slippy. He's like, we're going over here now, and we're going to Corneria. Like he just doesn't. They don't sound like Star Fox characters. Falco sounds fine, and Peppy sounds fine. Peppy sounds like he's had one too many like Bud Lights sometimes, but he sounds fine.
I mean, he is supposed to be old. So.
Yeah, but like sometimes he doesn't sound like. It doesn't sound like their heart is in it. That's what I mean. It sounds more like. It sounds like VTuber actors were hired and not voice actors that know the characters.
I kind of got that feeling when I heard Leon's voice from Wolf's Squad. Leon is the reptile because his new voice is.
That's
just
how I felt
kind of-
about Ada Wong
yeah,
in Resident Evil 4's
Because
remake.
Leon's voice was like, "I am the great Leon." Like he was very like almost pseudo royal. Like he had like a higher pitched voice.
Mhm.
You know, very, very posh, very snobbish. The new one just kind of sounds more like sinister, which I get that, you know, maybe they want to make Wolf Squad seem
But
more
Wolf Squad
sinister.
isn't necessarily meant to be sinister,
Yeah,
except Pigron.
yeah.
He's the reason James died. Pigma. He's the reason James died. Like,
Yeah.
so him being like, long time no see,
I
puppy.
will say, I do think that the new guy for Pigman
It's
does
also
a good job
meant
of
to
being
make
an absolute
Andros a
asshole.
lot more intimidating when he eventually shows up. That, like,
Yeah.
Star Wolf and Star Fox are kind of like, yeah, they're trying to take each other down in flying spaceships with, like, no oxygen, but they are going like, not so fast, Star Fox. Like,
Yeah,
it feels almost like you're playing a pirate game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of they're like
This is the
pilots,
Star Fox
like-
episode now.
like pilots contacting each other over
for the
shortwave
description,
comms just to mock each other. It reminds me of like
For the description, you should write the episode where we talk about Zelda
And
and literally nothing else.
I was gonna make comparison actually to Titanfall.
Especially not Star Fox.
No.
Because in Titanfall 2, when you're fighting enemy pilots, they will access your short range comms, and it'll just be like the Titan, like the pilots like mocking you, which kind of reminds me of Star Fox. It's a very like almost cheesy thing of
It
like
made them
yeah,
charming.
pilots.
I've never
Of,
played
like,
Star
either-
Fox.
Well, that's why I said like for me personally, I remember like Titanfall, the mechs and other bosses would like tap into your communications to mock you, or like starfighting games, you know, where enemy like pilots will mock you over short range comms, and it's just very there's a lot of character to add to it, and I don't know, I think some of the voices are good. I think some of them miss the mark. The game, from what I see, looks great and plays great. Like it's, you know, but the
Because
gameplay
it's just
was
Star
never
Fox
fun.
SNES again.
Exactly. The gameplay was
The
like
SNES
never in
version
question.
came out, and then Star Fox 64 was like, I'll do that again, but better. And then Star Fox 3D was like, I'll do that again, but better. And then Star Fox Zero was like, I'll do that again, but you have to buy
worse?
toys now. And now we're doing it again.
Isn't Star
I do
Fox
think
Zero
some
the
of,
Wii U one?
Yeah, and you have to have little fucking toys.
That's the one.
I think.
Yeah, I do think
from what I know of the gameplay, it's like you have to like use the gamepad and you look up at the screen to like fly, and you have
Or
to
you
look
have
down
like
at
a
the
little
gamepad
thing
to
here
shoot.
that you gotta press down on.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
I do think some of Andross's subordinates could have had a bit of better voice actors. I like the old guy.
You know
who
more about
voiced
this than I do, because I've never actually seen a full playthrough of the game.
Well, the guy who voices the big, like, the boat with the crane that, like, repairs the arm, because he sounded like a pirate captain.
The boat? What?
Because at one point you're down on a planet, and then one of the bosses is this, like, almost pirate-sounding, like, captain. He's like, because he has, like, almost like a tugboat with cannons on it, and I kind of wish he was more pirate-like in the new one.
Yeah, they definitely... That's the problem with modernization, isn't it?
You lose... I hate to say it, but it feels like you lose some character.
You do, yes. That's the whole problem
or
with
like
the game.
like a picture that I saw, which was like
price.
original and
I'm not picking that up.
Was like original versus remake, and it shows how there's like. This is just an example of like, the original having a more stylized like HUD display, and then the new one having like just basic like bars.
The Zelda episode where Stooge talks about Star Fox for way too long.
Well, no, this is in general about how I find that a lot of remakes tend to lose the stylization. Like a lot of the times, HUD elements in older games were designed with a lot of style in mind, and then newer remakes will shave everything down to like boxes or squares. Like compare Fallout 4's health bar just being or AP bar being a single.
Bring it back to Zelda,
no, hold on, yeah, but being a single bar. Versus like in Fallout 3 where it was meant to be like almost
We're
like
going to
points on a
Fallout
compass.
now?
Hold on.
No, that's what
he's gonna have it circle back. I believe it.
Okay,
Just trust the
okay.
process.
My comparison was about losing character, not just in voice acting, but even in HUD elements and basic design in between remakes and originals, where
Yes.
you lose character in HUD elements. One thing that I noticed too, or kind of gentrification, whereas like all Zelda games are now doing like the stamina wheels and stuff like that, where it seems like
Not really.
they're not all doing
Echoes
it?
of Wisdom did not have a stamina wheel, but what it
Okay.
did have was it all had the same looking UI.
Yes.
It all had like the gray low opacity backdrop with the yellow squares around each item, and it's like the whoop 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 whoop.
So
Like
do you
same
think
sound fonts
with-
and everything from Breath of the Wild. We have had the same UI in Zelda since 2015.
Yeah, that is.
Which
that
was
is a
different
problem.
because all of the other Zelda games had unique UIs, whether it was Ocarina of Time,
Yeah.
where you go through like the where you go through all the squares,
Yeah, the different
or
squares.
Twilight Princess where it was a circle of weapons.
Do you think we're going to be losing some sort of style in the Ocarina of Time remake then?
I
No.
don't think so, because considering just how important Ocarina of Time is, being one of arguably the most important video games ever, I would say, as it was at a turning point, but from 2D to 3D,
It does look a little
using
bit
one
like
of
the Wii U
biggest.
tech demo that we got for Twilight Princess in the Temple of Time taking on Armagoma.
Uh,
But I actually like that, because I can
I thought
tell
that looked good.
I can tell that
I like
I'm hoping that the Ocarina of Time remaster, remake, whatever it is, revamp, I don't know, is the Ocarina of Time
it's a
that
remake.
they wanted
It's not
to
a
make.
remaster.
Like,
It's a
I'm
remake.
hoping that because Ocarina of Time was supposed to have so much. It was supposed to have dating sim elements. It was supposed to have more temples.
Really?
It was supposed to have more of like an open area. Like we were supposed to get like the Temple of Time was not meant to just be play the song, go through the door, pull the sword. The sword was meant to take you to one final dungeon, which is where you get the light medallion, but it had to be cut. Or the fact that the Forest Temple was actually meant to be the Wind Temple, and the Water Temple was meant to be the Ice Temple.
You see,
I'm
that
hoping that this
They should
Zelda,
bring that
this
back.
Ocarina revamp includes the content that they originally wanted to be in the 1999 release. They were even gonna release like an extension with like the disk drive that the N64 was supposed to have, where it was supposed to like be on top, and they were supposed to have like bonus content, and you know. Twilight or Ocarina of Time getting DLC doesn't exactly sound the most enticing, because that either means that they are going to add content, or they're going to take stuff that was in the original game and make it DLC, like the fishing or something.
I don't think they.
I don't want that, but if it would,
If we're talking back then, 1999, I
disc probably would
imagine
have been
the
paid
disc
for,
would have been a lot more just extra content, maybe like some of the cut
Yeah.
dungeons and stuff.
You know, while Ocarina of Time getting DLC doesn't sound the most enticing, if it would be what they wanted to do with the disc drive, I would be okay with that.
Mhm.
Because it would just be more Zelda. You know?
I don't think they should make that DLC. I think they should just include that in the base game, as this remake gives them the
Well, yeah,
chance
no,
to
this
now
is
do what they couldn't before. I hope
you're
that
right.
I think it would help justify its existence by being, oh, this is the more complete game. Like taking
this
one
is
of the
Ocarina
most
of Time.
taking one of the most important video games
Arguably
ever
one
made
of the most
and
highest
making
rated games of all time.
Yeah,
One of
too.
the most
taking it
influential
and-
on the industry.
yeah, being able to look at that and say, you know, that most monumental game of like all time, yeah, that wasn't like complete and there was a lot of stuff cut from it. We're taking one of the widely considered best games of all time and we're making it the truest version of itself.
A fully realized.
Fully realizing that vision, like 20 years after the fact with modern hardware. Like, that is a good way to sell it as like a monument thing. And I hope they don't make it DLC, because that would just make it an even better game by showing like, oh no, we're adding all this extra content
Yeah.
into the base game to like, you know, show why Zelda's Zelda. Like, that
Although
is...
I guarantee you it's gonna have DLC.
I mean, I hope not, but at the same
If the
time...
DLC was just Majora's Mask, that would be incredible. But they're not gonna do
That-
that. but
that would be fun.
That would
That'd be
be
interesting.
Fascinating.
Considering they could just use the same engine and just like do what they did before, where they just
built it off
Just,
of all
yeah,
of the assets.
Yeah.
it did use the same assets. Yeah, there was
I don't
some
think there
new
was
stuff.
really anything majorly missing from Majora's Mask, since they only had less than a year to work on it anyways, but like that would be fine. Like, that would be cool. We might be getting some sort of Majora's Mask HD thing anyways, because apparently someone was credited in IMDb for Ocarina of Time, and they were also now credited for Majora's Mask HD in IMDb, but we don't know if that was just like added after the fact or if it's actually a leak.
I'd kind of like it if they make it a remake, since
Although I don't know if I want them to just start releasing full-ass remasters of these games when we already got them like a generation ago with the 3DS and the Wii U.
True.
I don't think
well,
we need a fresh. I mean, I'm being hypocritical. I would take a fresh remake of Twilight Princess easily, because it would just give me a reason to play
There you
Twilight Princess
go.
again. But I just don't think we need a fresh
Well,
remaster
yeah,
of
in-
Majora's Mask and
yeah,
Wind Waker
in-
and Skyward Sword.
in the case of Ocarina of Time, it justifies itself more if they do add all that extra content. As
Yes.
This would be basically a completely different experience, further separating itself from the original. I don't know if in Majora's...
We got Biker
I
Town.
don't know if you can hear that.
I don't-
But
I don't know if in Majora's
I'm
Mask
sure they could.
there was
Connor
like...
could turn it up.
Was there like cut content in Majora's Mask that wasn't included, or was Majora's Mask more of a
I mean, I
complete
think that they
experience
wanted to
on
do
launch?
more dungeons, but again, they had less than a year to work on the game. Someone wanted to do a sequel to Majora's Mask, and so, I don't know the names, but one person wanted to do a sequel, and the other person was like, I think it might even been Miyamoto, that was like, okay, but you have a year, and if you can't do it, then you're fired or some shit. There was some like shtick with it, where it was like, if you want your sequel, you have a year to make it, and if you don't do it, then there's a consequence. And I think Majora's Mask was literally made in maybe 9 months. Like, it came out a year after Ocarina of Time.
you ever notice?
Do you think the
how
Ocarina
much-
of Time...
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You've cut him off so much.
I was gonna...
Yeah, you were? Were you?
That's crazy, dude.
I was just gonna say, do you think...
You've
in
said
the
a lot.
Ocarina
It's
of
his turn.
Time-
You ever notice how Sonic borrows a lot from...
You're not even
Zelda?
talking about Zelda.
Do you ever notice how they borrow from Zelda, though?
Do
like,
they?
a lot.
What? How?
So Twilight Princess comes
Targeting
out.
in Frontiers, but like.
Twilight Princess comes out. Sonic Unleashed comes out.
Oh right, I mean, okay. You don't really-
Breath of the Wild
The wolf thing
happens,
with-
and then we get
Frontiers, I guess?
Frontiers.
Okay, so like the wolf thing
Sonic.
with Unleashed, I would argue is different because you don't like the arm shit is so fucking different.
Sure, like fundamentally they're so
Yeah,
And the
different.
combat-
and the
basically
combat
Devil
is
May Cry.
straight up like just God of War. But like,
But
I don't
mean,
know.
I guess in a sense, you know, the world starting to fall apart and like a dark force starting to take people over, including like world leaders and all of that. And you having to
Sonic,
travel
was-
around
Sonic
the area.
Lost World
It was the style of the
literally
time.
has a Hyrule DLC.
It does. It does.
What
and
else?
it mixes in a ton of different elements because it's got Ocarina of Time enemies with a Twilight Princess themed Hyrule
Like,
Castle in
castle,
the background. But Skyward Sword like flies around on his Loftwing.
Yeah. Even in places where you wouldn't expect it, like Legend of Zelda has that Ben Drowned creepypasta.
Yes.
And then Sonic has Sonic.exe.
Do you think they'll
True.
put? Do you think in the Ocarina of Time remake they'll put the Ben Drowned statue in it?
No, because that was from Majora's Mask.
Do you think they'll put Majora's Mask with the Happy Mask Salesman in Ocarina of Time remake?
Well, the Happy Mask Salesman is in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, he is. So do you
But
think-
are you asking if I think he'll have Majora's Mask?
Do-
No,
do you
because
think-
he found it in Termina.
You're not
Do
gonna,
you
they're not
think
going to
when
put it
we
in the
go-
background as like an Easter egg?
No, because that would make some incredibly wild.
Did he find it originally?
He found it in
Termina?
Termina. Yes, he found it in Termina,
And then
he got attacked by Skull Kid and lost it.
Do you think Epona is gonna show up?
No, I think that they're gonna make Epona pay DLC.
Epona Armor DLC.
You can buy
Epona Armor DLC is really funny.
You can buy Epona-
$5.
$5.
$20.
Did you know Uncharted had a Subway promo
Yes.
with the actual with?
Yes,
like,
I believe
Nathan
Jakey
Drake?
has
Oh,
used
there's a
footage
Subway.
of it before. Yeah.
Can you imagine if Nintendo
Where
characters
did-
did like fast
when
food
did-
promos?
Can we get more video game fast food promos?
I would get.
Can
a
we
Zelda
get
themed
more of those?
Wendy's
Remember
combo.
when you used to play racing games and you'd see like fucking Pizza Hut like actual real world
remember the
adverts
Noid?
in video games? Remember the Noid? Avoid the Noid. He
Yo,
hates pizza. Yo, Noid.
Link, look, they opened up a Domino's in Hyrule.
Oh my god. Dude.
Swing
A
on in.
No, actually, with the shit that Sony
Bro,
is doing,
bro,
Domino's would
bro,
sponsor with
Bro,
Nintendo.
Master Sword shaped pizza.
Master Sword, how the fuck would that...
The same way they did the Batman pizza.
The
They did
Batman
Batman
pizza,
pizza?
they
Little,
did.
Little Caesars
Little
for the Batman
Caesars.
movie.
Which one?
The one with the guy from Twilight. Robert Pattinson.
Oh, the new
I think
one,
his name
okay.
is.
Yeah, they made
for
it like
that
a bat
movie-
symbol.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the Batman movie could mean either Dark Knight or like the old...
Dark Knight.
What's
the
the director?
Tim Burton.
Tim
I think.
Burton, yeah, the Tim Burton
The Tim
films,
Burton
like,
films.
it could mean anything.
It could mean
Also,
the
I'm
Batman.
gonna say this now. Your socks are like Chris Chan colored.
They are actually Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, like, if you don't show that, then it's just his shirt. The stripes and the dark.
I don't even think they can see my socks.
Well, no,
oh, they
they
could
probably-
see it earlier.
We
Yeah.
need-
Yeah,
we
like
need-
that.
we
Like, that
need,
is just Chris Chan.
We need
I
a
think
Chris
it's
Chan.
funny.
We do not need Chris Chan on the show.
We need a
Chris Chan, I
Chan
don't even think
reference.
was a fan of Zelda.
No, we
The
need
only
a-
thing I know is that Chris Chan really fucking liked Brutal Legend when it came out, and that really hurt me.
I think Chris Chan.
Because for the longest time, the whole thing was that Chris Chan was only into fucking stuff that you were into, like they liked Transformers, they liked
Sonic.
women.
I know you've seen
and
the
I
episode.
guess
where
Sonic, yeah, but
we're all
like,
looking
you
up,
know.
and like, oh, that's Siege Omega Supreme. Oh, that's Siege Omega Supreme in like the background.
But when he was like, dude, Brutal Legend with Jack Black is the best, I'm like, no! It's not my thing!
No,
You
I
can't-
was clean.
Brutal Legend is like a niche, dude. No one knows that game, and you're telling me Chris Chan knows that game? He might have been one of the first people to ever be like, oh my god, play Brutal Legend. I'm gonna talk about that in my video. But like, what the
I
fuck?
was getting back to Little Caesars.
Getting back to Zelda,
They could do a Hyrule Sword Pizza because Little Caesars a long time
Hyrule
ago.
Shield Pizza.
Hyrule
That
Shield
too.
Pizza would go
That
hard
would
as
work. That
fuck,
would be
actually.
fucking awesome.
Shield and
Yeah,
sword. The sword could be a deep dish.
Like,
a
look
long
at that.
deep
You got
What-
just
what
make
if- what if
triangle
the sword-
pepperonis, and have this be like the sauce, or like have this be strips of bacon.
And then the outside could be the crazy bread or the Italian bread.
yeah,
lining
yeah,
the
like,
outside.
This is all bread.
Yeah,
right?
bread on the
And this
outside,
could probably be more
pizza on the
pepperoni,
inside. Yeah,
or like
pepperoni.
sauce. Right, Claire?
Exactly. See,
Oh.
you see the vision. We need more video game fast food promotions. As a kid, it was the thing that sold us the most on like food. I remember Transformers and they had all those fucking Happy Meal tie-ins. And we're like, oh my god, I'm going to get Burger
They
King.
had a lot of Burger King ads, yeah.
When we're Optimus Prime orders a Whopper.
Sorry.
What is
Oh,
it?
the skeleton.
Yeah,
What was it? He says like Whopper,
Alright.
no cheese, extra onions. No, he's like extra pickles. And he
Yeah.
ordered like Optimus
Get it.
Prime orders a fucking
Get it.
Whopper.
I think
Well, I miss stuff like that. We haven't gotten a new movie in a while. We better get one soon.
it's
I'm getting off
For
track.
what,
really
Transformers?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers.
That's where
Oh, speaking of
Xbox is.
movies, in New Zealand they're like filming a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yes, and we have no
Yes.
idea what adaptation they're doing or if they're doing one at all, because a lot of the promotional stuff that we have been seeing that may or may not be legit is making no sense, because we've seen like the director's like fucking thing has Twilight Princess art, but then the like staff sweaters have the Twilight Prince or has the Breath of the Wild font, and Zelda's wearing
Yeah.
blue, but she's worn blue before, and Link's in his green garb, which so it can't be Breath of the Wild. Like we have no fucking idea. What
I think
My
it's just
assumption-
taking stuff from the others.
It's
Yeah,
gotta
is
be.
that they're just picking and choosing stuff they
No,
want.
not the book.
Because the movie arguably doesn't really need to adhere to any video game continuity.
No, it does not. I mean, the Mario movie didn't until the Galaxy movie. So.
Neither did the Sonic movie.
Jordan, I need to see Ganon say, "Join me, Link, and together I'll make your face the greatest in Korodai, or else you will die."
They like make Link and Ganon like brothers.
I'm
No,
sure
not the
either he is
It
going to speak or if
burns.
he isn't. But if he ever speaks, he has to say, "Excuse me, princess."
I can't wait for the like Dark Link moment in the movie where
That would be
like
good.
That'd be cool.
Link has to face his own fears or something.
You gotta make it a thing where it's like the water temple, where he walks through like this almost liminal space,
And
then
he like
and
walks
then
past the tree, and you
yeah.
see in the shot that
or
his
the
shadow
camera
leaves,
yeah,
or his
the-
reflection
the-
leaves the water.
yeah, the camera like is like from the perspective of the tree, so you notice it first, where his reflection is like already Dark Link, and then as he's walking,
No, the reflection doesn't
stops.
turn into Dark Link. It just once
It
you
does?
cross that tree, your reflection disappears in the water.
Oh yeah, then have to be that where
It, like,
where it shows him like
rises out of the
walking, and then as he
ground.
passed through the tree, his shadow's just gone,
Yeah.
Anything.
and then as he
that
like
we're
turns
coming up
around, you
with
see it
here-
like rise up, like that. Cool. See,
It just appears
That'd be
too.
cool.
Like when you walk by, if you stop at any point and turn around, he's just standing
he's just
there.
there.
And he starts as like kind of a shade, and he's very passive. If you take too long to start attacking him, like he'll always respond the same time you do. But as the fight goes on, the form starts to become darker and darker. Eventually the eyes start to glow red, and when he forms completely as Shadow Link, he becomes very much more aggressive and starts attacking you
Yeah, he
first.
stops just mirroring you,
Yes.
which I think is because as you attack him, he's copying more of your moves, and so
Mhm.
you're basically giving him data. And then once he has enough for a full
Yeah,
set, he
It's
goes
like the
on the
Vexen
offensive.
fight in Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts 2.
he doesn't need to copy you anymore. He can do his own thing, and then he starts killing.
And he
you.
starts being very aggressive at that point.
That's cool. Or we get Phantom Ganon at some point where Link thinks he's killed Ganon, but it's like Puppet Ganon. That'd be cool.
Puppet Ganon is so cool, and I will.
I'm
hope
thinking of the Ocarina
I
of Time
hope
one.
that in Ocarina of Time they make the Ganondorf fight harder.
Give him the Trident too. The
Well,
Trident.
I don't know if he needs the Trident, because I think he thinks he's too good for a weapon, and eventually he gets like the 2 Tridents when he's Ganon. But I don't like how Phantom Ganon in Ocarina of Time is harder than the regular Ganon. He is much harder. Phantom Ganon, because he goes like through the pain
Yeah.
games, and he's much more fucking aggressive. But like when you fire it back, it's like boom, 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 boom. But with Ganondorf, he's very much like there. Like it's so much slower, and the Phantom Ganon fight is so like
What actor
holy
do-
fuck.
what
Like I
actor-
need to keep up, or I'm gonna end up like getting
Dude,
shot
here's
at.
the thing for Ganon. Do you think they'll use prosthetics for him?
Here's the thing for Ganon.
It's gonna
do you
be
think it's
CGI.
going to be the original intention of the fight where you were supposed to climb him?
Oh, like a giant. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that's what was the original intention of the Ganon fight in Ocarina of Time. He was meant to become so ginormous, and you were meant to climb him and like hit him in the forehead. But again, the limitations of Ocarina of Time.
I hope they
like
do
Ganon's
that.
model
I hope
is
they do
not
that.
as detailed as you might think, and that's why they had to make the lighting so dark when you fight him to kind of hide the fact that he's not super.
Yeah, because
detailed.
he does look kind of like a goober when you put like the light on him.
Well, that's what
I
it looks
think,
like in the 3D version, because they actually light up the areas.
You
Because
see-
it's a
you-
smaller screen, you
you
need to be able to see.
You seen the Lego set they've got? Of
Yes, I
Ganon?
have,
It
yeah.
looks really
so cool.
And I like how for some
So
reason the
articulate.
Megaton hammer is in the castle when it shouldn't be. You find it in the fire temple.
They
It must be a reference to the
what?
fact that if you lose the Master Sword, you can use the Megaton hammer to attack Ganon. You don't really have any other method of doing it if you don't have it.
It could be that also probably because there aren't a lot of Zelda Lego sets, so if they only get to make like 1 or 2, they want to
Yeah.
fit as many accessories for Link in there as they can. Because we already got the really good Decker tree where you can make it in like the Ocarina of Time one, which is what you'd make it into. The Ocarina
Oh,
of
obviously,
Time.
I wouldn't build the Twilight or the Breath of the Wild one. Are you kidding me?
The Ocarina of Time one does look really good.
It looks fantastic. You can open him up, and there's like a fucking Scotula in him, and there's Deku Babas around, and you can find. I think you can find the slingshot or something.
Yeah,
on
and
one
there's
side,
like
and you can
there's
find
the,
something else
the
on the
Hylian
other.
shield's
Like
like a
it's
custom
awesome.
piece.
There's actually the Sheikah slate or not the Sheikah slate, the Sheikah stone that's behind him. They kept that there,
I'd love
and
to have
I
that,
think the little fucking sprout is also there too. If you wanted to put it there,
yes, the Deku Sprout is there.
little fucker with his big smile
I
and his
love
little
him.
leaf in his
I
mouth.
love him so much.
Yeah, dude.
I think what I'd be fascinated about for the Zelda movie is how they're gonna do Link, how they're gonna characterize him.
Yeah,
Because
whether
he
or not
doesn't
you-
talk.
I don't know if he speaks, and I don't think we've been told if he does or not.
Are we just
I-
gonna have 2 hours of
And I feel like because we haven't been told if he does or does not speak, it means he speaks.
He probably
I
does.
think they're trying to hide that he does, because I think if he didn't speak, we would have known by now.
I like that the actors they got to play Link and Zelda are actors I have never heard of before.
Yes,
I
that is also
appreciate
very
that.
good. It's the lost effect of you don't see this actor and think
In
of
anything.
a character that they've played as, or think of the actor.
Yeah,
Bo
which
Burnham
is
talked
great.
about that one time, where it's like I'm not gonna pretend that this guy is a doctor. No, this is like Bruce Willis or something.
It's like
Yes.
the exact opposite of the He-Man movie where Jared Leto is Skeletor.
I've heard that that's not bad.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah,
but it's still Jared Leto. Like, you know it's Jared Leto. It's like how Pete Davidson was in the last Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's Pete Davidson.
I didn't know
never
That's
seen
too
Davidson
many Pete Davidsons! Sorry, that's a fucking John Morris.
Although from what I've seen, like, he doesn't sound like Jared Leto or look like him. The clips I've seen, it actually looks like a really good movie. It was also made by Travis Knight.
Yeah.
Because Travis Knight's he's collecting like 80s properties that he's adapting into good movies. Like,
is it a good movie?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I've heard it's good. It's just
that the Thundercats movie.
It's just that they put it's just that they decided to put like 300 million.
Oh.
Like, from what I've heard, it's a great movie. It's just that it's a He-Man movie, and He-Man isn't that. Well, that too. Even though from what I've seen, it doesn't look or sound like Jared Leto. That's just Skeletor.
Movie is also doing very well.
I've heard that's apparently
your favorite actor, Harrison Ford, right?
Fuck.
I've heard. From what posts I've seen, that movie's apparently legitimately a really good movie.
For the
and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I would not think that's a really good movie.
We were
but
watching
apparently
an
it's
episode
good.
of The Orville a long time ago, and at the end of it, Liam Neeson shows up, and Connor, with a full fucking chest of confidence, goes, "That's Harrison Ford!" And I go, "No, he's not." And Connor looks at me and goes, "Yes, he is."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "No, it's fucking not." And he goes, "Oh wait." I'm like, "It's
I have never been so
the guy
confident
who played
and
Qui-Gon
so
Jinn, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I've never been both so confident and so wrong in the same
I will
sentence.
never forget, because you go, "Yes, he is."
Yeah, because in my mind, I was right, and so I was confident that I was, but I was wrong. I've never been so confident and wrong.
Liam Neeson, but
I did, and then I said that, and I'm like, "Yes, he is."
Yes,
me
he
not
is.
realizing
No,
I
he's
had said the
fucking
wrong
not.
name.
Dude, and now whenever I see Liam Neeson, I'm like, Harrison Ford.
I gotta watch it though. I would not.
Movie?
I would not look at that
I heard
movie.
it made Corv cry.
Apparently,
so.
it's a really good movie, and I would not look at that and say, "Oh, that looks like a good movie." Like, I'd say, "Oh, it looks like it's okay."
It's basically the movie that Midnight Underground tried to make.
Really?
Yeah, he made a movie about like talking goats. And at the beginning, he's like a man sleeping in the barn, and then his dad shows up and goes, "Get a job, you bum!" And he goes like, "I'll show you, Paul. I'll show you." And then it's just talking.
Is the
What
Midnight
about that,
Underground movie publicly available? Can I
I
see
can
it?
send it to you. I
Oh my
have
God,
it. Yes,
what was that?
I will send it to you.
What was that thing he put on where he found a random like VHS tape and put it on? And
Oh,
it was,
Kevin?
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Apparently he's dead.
Oh no!
And
Kevin!
so I haven't really seen that. I'm hoping that the VOD is somewhere because I need to fucking see that. But yeah, that was
Kevin.
yeah, we don't know what show that is still. We still don't know what show was recorded, so we don't know who Kevin is. But we know that he cheated on his wife and then died.
Oh my god.
Which is funny because I had made that assumption in the first video. I was like, "Oh my god, Kevin's dead," and he hadn't died yet. But I knew that man was marked for death.
You could just feel it. You're like,
See, two things happen when you as a man cheat on a woman. Your hair either recedes or you die.
Sometimes
I don't like either of those things.
Then don't cheat on a woman.
I'm not.
Or a man, because it'll probably still happen.
Yeah, it went from Zelda to Little Caesars to dying if you cheat.
Kevin.
To Kevin.
Kevin!
Star Fox.
To Star Fox,
Kevin.
yeah.
Kevin, watch the light.
The only thing.
Kevin did not watch the light.
The only thing we haven't made it
It's
about.
I love it. Kevin, watch the light.
Of like, he's thinking about it, and he's like, "Okay, how do I avoid this?"
And then he doesn't
Right
avoid
into
it.
the light.
He's right into it. Like he was aiming for
Like
it.
he was thinking about it, yeah.
Like he mentioned the light, and then he's like, "I have to hit it."
I think the
Literally
only
me.
thing we haven't made this about yet is Deltarune. So you know how Chapter 3 is like basically a Zelda micro game?
It is! It's Link's
It
Awakening!
is.
It's like the first game, basically. Not Link's Awakening, but it's like a mixture of them, yeah.
I've also been playing
And everyone fucking hates that chapter because of that segment.
I like that chapter.
I like that chapter.
I like that because of the segment. I think it's good. It's
I'm
you
I'm
sitting
always
on
torn
it's you
between
sitting
whether
on
or
a
not I like
couch.
chapter 3 or chapter 4 more. Because I feel like chapter 3 is more fun, but chapter 4 is
really
and
heavy.
the music and the dialogue, you know.
Coming out
Something
the
I
pipes.
really like about the
But
game
chapter 3 has Tenna
is how
and
each
the night and like
No.
just the like the board and
And it's got Doom Board.
Doom Board is like a Starless song now.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the tension theme.
It's a theme of Allie's pissed.
I really like
dude,
how
if I'm mad,
each
you hear it in the
chapter kind of like shakes up the gameplay, like either a little or in 3 and 5's case.
3 adds
lot.
that, and then 4 adds the climbing, and it's like every chapter presumably is going to have that new gameplay style going forward, which means there's even more places to hide stuff. Like, there's so much hidden. We missed some rooms too.
Oh, I
in
don't doubt
5,
it.
hidden off to the left, because you could just go and
I'm sure
attack
when
the border
chapter
and
6
cut
and
through.
7 comes out, we'll follow, like, I don't know if we'll delete our save file, but, like, maybe we'll follow a complete guide
Maybe.
of, like, 1 through 5.
Get
so
all
that
the
when we get
eggs,
to 6
get
and
all
7,
the-
we have that.
There are save modifier things.
I've heard that they
you
can
do.
corrupt your save file, though, so
That's
and
also-
honestly,
The-
it might be better
The
to
Spampton
see
one
it.
was more like the new Tenna one they've made is a lot more
This is
stable.
just me personally, but I think like it's
It would
more
be
fun
better to
just
try
going
to
back,
just play through them, yeah.
Because I really want to get the egg in chapter 3.
hmm
We
I didn't even
also-
know. I honestly completely forgot about the eggs because I remember the chapter 1. I completely forgot about the eggs until people were like, "Oh my god, the egg in chapter 5," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is a thing." I don't even remember if we got the egg in chapter 2 and 4.
I don't think so.
we
I
didn't.
I don't think so.
Because we kept trying to get it and then just couldn't get it, even though it's percentage based. Unlike the egg in like chapter 5, which is
That's when we went back
guaranteed.
and forth in chapter 2, right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
And it
yeah.
was like, Chris, why are you just like?
Chris, what are you doing?
Yeah, the eggs usually require RNG, so depending on how your luck is, you could be there for a while just trying to proc the room and get it to like show up.
That's why I like chapters 3 and chapters 5. I don't know about chapter 4. I literally know nothing about that egg.
I know where chapter 4's is, although that one doesn't require
Is it?
RNG. That one
No, okay.
you basically walk into one of the murals.
Yeah, I like
That one's a room.
chapters-
That one's a whole fucking like thing.
Does it still have the tree?
Yeah, but
The
there's a
trees are in all
whole.
of them.
I think so.
You,
but there-
you have
there's
to
a
go
whole
behind
like
the tree
thing.
to talk to the man.
Yes, the
Yeah.
man behind the tree.
I
We
like
could
chapter
talk
3 to
forever.
chapter 5's eggs because they're not RNG. It's like chapter 3 you have to do all of these specific things to get to this like secret board
Mhm.
to find the egg. Chapter 5 you have to like cut the wheat and then follow the balloon.
Yeah,
Um,
it's very like meticulous almost.
yeah.
Fable.
It almost makes me wish that the only one that was RNG was chapter 1's, and then like chapter 2 had something like that.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Oh,
Hello,
he's
Fable.
coming. That's my
Um,
bomb shoot, Fable. You
cool.
shouldn't be up there, baby. You're just gonna cover the 2 little figures that I put there, you little asshole? Eh?
It's fine. You're fine, Fable. As long as you're not knocking things over.
He's definitely gonna start knocking. Yeah, see? There he goes. I don't like this. He's gonna break that sword. I don't want them here.
I'm gonna move you. I don't know if we're gonna cut or if like all of this is like gonna just be your like just on.
I'll
He
just-
is
I'll just-
not gonna
I'll-
like that you're holding
I'll just leave that
Too
in.
bad. Thank you. I assumed you were gonna leave a lot.
Fable
in.
isn't named after video games, but you know what Cat is?
I thought he was.
Well, he
Fable
is.
is
He's not
named.
named after Zelda games, I meant. Twilight? My girl? Twilight Princess is named after Twilight.
She's behind.
Your whole legal name is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
HD.
Yeah. No, I played the original. Right, Twilight? She's not. Can you come over here? Oh, my arm hurts on this side.
Oh.
Twilight, come here.
I can like go. She won't like it, but I can go get her.
Yeah, sure, if you want. There she is. There's my girl.
That's Twilight.
This. Okay, you want to go this way? Let's go this way. You're fine. Don't be a baby. This is Twilight. I named her after Twilight Princess, which is my favorite Zelda game.
Can you imagine, like, not watching this podcast? This is the content you're missing. Cats and his maniacal laughter.
Hey, you like to poke out your little leg?
But I was gonna say, recently, on top of like Deltarune Chapter 3 clearly having Zelda inspirations, I've been playing this one game called Mina the Hollower.
Everyone's telling me about it.
A lot of
Literally
people are
everyone's been
definitely
begging me to
talking
play that
about
game.
it. It's fun. I think it's inspired off of the
Link's Awakening.
Link's
And
Awakening.
the seasonal games.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was like Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
Ages, Seasons, and Awakening are like all the same
Oh,
like
really?
looking games. Like they're all like the top down,
Probably Blood.
like diagonal, like
Well,
up
yeah.
down left right kind of games. They all are in the same engine.
It's really fun, and it makes me appreciate, even though I like not played many Zelda games,
Mhm.
which is a big theme of. Take a shot every time I've said that, you hypothetical viewer.
A shot of water works too. Make sure you're staying hydrated.
But Mina the Hollower and Deltarune Chapter 3 and like all of these other games that came after it make me appreciate Zelda that much more.
Yeah.
And like how impactful they have been.
Nintendo games in general have been very impactful. We got like Wonderful 101 wouldn't exist were it not for Pikmin. As Wonderful
Would that
1...
count as a Nintendo game though? Isn't that like Platinum Entertainment or some shit?
Yeah,
it is
wouldn't
Platinum
have been-
Games, although the concept art, the concept for Wonderful 101 was not going to have the Wonderful Ones. Each character was going to be a different Zelda, or not Zelda, a different Nintendo character.
They're not gonna. I mean, there's at least 15 of them.
One of them was going to be a Zelda.
Wonder
maybe.
Red was originally going to be Mario because he turns into Unite Hand and it throws fireballs when it gets
True.
that. Blue would have been, or maybe it would have been green. They would have swapped colors. Would have been Sword, which would have been Link. Unite Gun, I believe, would have been Samus, as it's
Damn,
the
I
big
didn't
blaster.
know
Yeah, which is why Unite Pink, Wonder Pink, or Unite Whip, I think was going to be Simon from Castlevania.
this.
The Wonderful 101 was going to be all Nintendo characters originally, fighting like interdimensional beings or whatnot. I'm not sure why they eventually changed it. I do like the characters we got, but it would be interesting to, because Wonder Bayonetta is in the Wonderful 101. Her and other characters from Bayonetta are in the game. But the concept of Wonderful 101 was going to be different Nintendo property characters, like teaming up, which I think would have been really interesting, although I definitely don't think we would have been able to get the same story, since some of them don't talk. Like, Mario doesn't really do much talking.
He goes,
Link
oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
goes, Yaha!
Woohoo!
Yaha!
But that concept is very cool.
That's what he does when he's on fire.
Yeah, that concept, though, is very cool. You would have gotten Zelda from that.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a Bayonetta from that?
Yes,
Bayon-
yes. Wonder. There's Wonder Bayonetta.
Duh.
So Bayonetta is in the game, along with I think other Bayonetta characters are in there. That's because
That's
the
kinda cool.
person who worked in Platinum Games, Platinum Games also made Bayonetta.
Yeah, they made Bayonetta.
And so they're like,
too,
we're gonna
right?
put the Bayonetta characters in here, and then no one complains.
Again, is does Bayonetta also count as like a Nintendo IP? I guess it kind
I
of
would
is.
say
right?
yes.
Sort of, because like after the second one,
Chunky.
it's kind of only
Chunky.
been Nintendo exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Like Bayonetta 1 was multi-plat, Bayonetta 2 wouldn't have existed without Nintendo putting it on the Wii U.
Chunky.
Right.
Bayonetta 3 is only on the Switch.
Is it really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Chunky,
Is he attacking you now?
chunky, hunky, chunky.
You're schmooving him.
This is the kind
Even
of
Fable has like a lock on. Like, targeting.
He's targeting.
Yeah, dude. I meant the game,
Oh.
but also the cat. Hey, Fable. You hanging out with Papa?
Do you Z target?
Only if I have to. Right now, I have to Z target on Father's stomach. But Twilight Princess, that is like I genuinely think Twilight Princess is a masterpiece.
It's
like
really fun.
You can argue all you want about how the beginning of the game is slow. I think that makes it better because, look, at the beginning of Ocarina of Time, you are told that Link has lived his whole life here. You are told that he's kind of picked on for not having a fairy. You are told that he is close to Saria. You are told that he was kind of an outlaw. You are told of how he came here. Told of how he grew up. Da 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 da. But Twilight Princess makes you experience that. It
you
makes
see
you
a
experience
small...
the way that like the children of Ordon really look up to Link. You work several times in the farm, and you hang around Ilia, and you help the people of the town, and you talk to them about like the adventure that you're going to be going on. You get like your little toy sword and all of that. You know what I mean? Like you live through almost 3 whole days of what Link's life was like before the Twilight Realm started to fall apart type
a
shit.
small piece of like what his normalcy is before the call to action.
Yeah, it's kind of like the memories from Breath of the Wild, but you actually get to experience it. Yes, like it takes a long time, and it may make reruns maybe not as... Put the phone down, dog.
I was looking up the release date of the Ocarina of Time remake.
Okay.
Is it this year?
Industry analysis pattern suggests a likely launch in November or December 2026.
That'd be crazy.
That would be this
crazy.
year.
Oh yeah, I think people were saying that Ocarina of Time might come out around the same time GTA 6 does.
I hope it does better.
I hope it does better.
I
too.
hope it succeeds.
I'd be tempted to buy that. I'd like to buy that.
I hope. Well, what happens if it's only Switch 2?
I hope it's not only Switch 2.
Do you
Fair.
not have
I
a
hope
Switch 2?
He doesn't,
No, I have
yeah.
a Switch 1.
Damn.
I got Tomodachi Life because Tomodachi Life was available on both consoles.
Obi just got Tomodachi Life.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like 3 days ago.
Nice.
But no, like Twilight Princess making you live through that. It may make replays maybe not as fun because you have to play through all of that again.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Ocarina of Time where you can just ignore everybody, get the sword, get the shield, pass by Mido. Like you don't even need to talk to Saria. You don't really need to talk to anybody. And then, but you still have to play through the Deku Tree and all that, right? I like that Twilight Princess makes you slow down and just enjoy the world and the village of Ordon. It like makes you help the pregnant woman get the cradle. It makes you like call the eagle. It makes you buy the slingshot and play with the kids. Like you have to experience this. You have to experience the world that you're in from the very beginning instead of just speeding off on your adventure. And I think it just it entices you and pulls you into this world so much more strongly than any other Zelda game has. Like I've come to really like Wind Waker, but I would even argue that Wind Waker kind of rushes into it a little bit.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
Unless you count like the Forsaken Fortress segment and all of that, which if we count Forsaken Fortress as part of the tutorial, I would argue that it's longer than Twilight Princess. Because once you get to like the Twilight Realm, I wouldn't say that's still the tutorial. I would say you start the game. But I don't know, maybe that's hypocritical.
I know a lot of the 2D Zelda games are very quick to get you into the gameplay. Like Minish Cap, you get that not too long after, like some story stuff, sure, and then you get Minish Cap. Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds, they're pretty quick to like give you the
I
ability
still have
to go
to play A Link Between Worlds. I have owned it since like 2019, 2020, and I still have not played it.
What are you waiting
has some
Nothing.
really-
I just haven't picked it up.
Wow.
I'm still playing through Pokemon Black, and it's been over a
Fake
year because I
fan.
fucking hate the leveling in Pokemon Black.
Well then,
Link
that
Between
game down and
Worlds
pick up the
has
other one.
a lot of really fun puzzles. I think with the whole 2D thing.
Damn.
Can
People
you
are
like?
honking out there.
I don't know if it picked that up, but like can you just like boost that one?
Or add in a honk sound so that they know why we just paused.
Yeah, there was a honk.
I like the part of the podcast where we demand Stooge to make edits that don't appear in the
He's
final
not gonna
episode.
make any of these. Like we know this for a fact.
Although it would literally take you maybe a minute to do it every time we ask.
My
Can
favorite.
you put a PNG of a dancing clown on the screen for about 2 seconds?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. If you don't do that, then we're gonna look dumb.
I've already looked so dumb. I've like asked him to make
Not
skeletons.
if he does it. If he does it, then it's cool, and people go like, "Oh my god, dude,
Oh my
this
God,
is why
you-
you don't just
this is
watch
why
it
you-
on Spotify or something."
Yeah, is why like
We do want to try and get the podcast on Spotify. Skunga's
Yes.
been looking into that because I don't have Spotify and Stooge doesn't have Spotify, and I don't know if you have it.
I do. Spotify is my primary like
Oh, okay.
podcast listening device.
Well, if Skunga can't figure it out, maybe you could figure that out because I think that would be good if we can get it on there.
Your hair's got little white
But like
ends.
I've thought about.
I'm sure people would love to listen to our rambling while driving. You know.
Your hair's got little white ends.
Hey,
You know that?
for the eventual Spotify release, you specific person who like
Okay, well, if you're driving, don't get too distracted. But like, hi.
swerve right now.
Do not. Do not.
Fun fact: our podcast enables cruise control, so go wild.
No. What is cruise control? What?
Cruise control.
Is that when you let go of the steering wheel and it
No,
turns for you?
that's when you let go of the gas pedal because cruise control holds your acceleration at the
That's kind
current
of
point.
cool.
Yeah, it's for highways, so you still have to steer, but you don't have to like keep your foot pressed on the gas pedal.
How do you activate that?
There's a button that
That's
says cruise control.
If
on
you're
cars, and you
li-
press that, and it will lock your current acceleration.
That's kind of cool.
You do still have
if
to
you're
steer,
listening
but it's
to
better
this
it's called cruise
podcast
'cause you're cruising.
and you're driving on the highway with cruise control on right now,
I have tilt
Now you're gonna
controls.
listen to that.
I'm so sorry we distracted you. Like you just missed your exit. You're gonna have to.
At 500 meters, turn left. No, that'll fuck someone up. If I do it with my TikTok voice.
you're
At
playing-
500 meters, turn left.
Cruise controls, it's like playing with tilt controls. in
Turn
your car.
left.
I'm playing with tilt controls.
I'm playing with tilt controls. You don't play with well, actually you do in Skyward Sword. Man, fuck people that don't like Skyward Sword. All my homies hate people that don't like Skyward Sword.
I think a big part of the as somebody
Oh,
who's
no.
never played Skyward
I
Sword,
can
have
hear
an opinion.
Doomboard playing quietly in the background.
Yeah, dude.
As
Podcast,
somebody
but every
who's
time
never
Ali
played
starts
Skyward
ranting, just
It
quiet,
switches to
just
Doomboard.
quietly play Doomboard for like 5 seconds.
That's
Just
actually
doom,
so
doom,
good.
doom, doom, doom.
Or like only play it when I'm speaking, so if I ever pause, it stops.
Yeah,
it
it
goes
just
back to the
stops.
main theme, and then when I start talking again, it pops
This
back
would be
in.
a lot of
God,
work,
that
but
would be-
we all
that'd
just
be a
had
lot of
different
work.
like music.
Different themes for
Yeah,
whenever we're talking.
for every time.
It's like those people
You're
that
asking too much of editing.
when it's
Stooge.
like a group of people singing, people will time how long their particular verse is in a song, and then if they're all singing, all of their time starts to go up. It would just be that.
Yeah.
You're asking a lot of editing, Stooge.
Oh, don't worry.
You could do it, dude.
Editing Stooge doesn't need to do that.
Editing
part.
Stooge has a lot to learn.
Editing Stooge just has to worry
What
about
if I ever
the
wanted to hire you
cloud.
as like a future paid editor, but I didn't because you didn't put in the effort to learn editing?
So
Eh?
that's different though, because
Don't
that
you want to become one of my elite employees?
you are one of my employees.
You are now promoted. You are now one of my. That's an old meme. That's a really, really old reference.
Oh fuck, that is.
For the longest time, I didn't know that that video was a skit because it just kind of felt natural. The way that he was like, we let go of our last guy, so you have been promoted. I think I saw that video a couple weeks ago when it released years ago, and I just remember being obsessed with that audio. Such a natural inflection of that skit.
I like the one where it's like, congratulations, you're our #1 employee, and the one girl goes, ah. Ah!
Oh yeah. The
Oh
that
yeah.
one. Mine,
Like the realization that you are somehow the
you
most
are now
competent.
important.
You are.
Dude, that was
I
me.
love
that was
that.
me in college
You-
when
yeah.
I revealed to the girls that I knew how to cut bangs, and now I'm important.
And then you're like, uh-oh.
Oh no, I don't know how to
no.
cut women's hair, but I can cut their bangs just fine. Which is apparently it should go the opposite. Apparently, you should be good at cutting women's hair, but not good at the bangs.
You just gotta learn how
Man,
to
I
not.
don't want to cut anyone's hair except my friend's hair. I don't want to take the candy with the parasites in it.
Parasites. I don't want
I don't want to drink liquor. I don't
I-
want liquor. Parasite.
I love the parts of this podcast where it just turns into like incoherent
Stimming,
rambling.
Just
like-
incoherent meme babble
Yeah.
and rambling.
Dude, that's the best part though.
No,
No, but for real, it pisses me off how people, when they talk about Skyward Sword, it's like, I had a really bad time with Skyward Sword. Oh, how did you play it? I either emulated it or I did the button controls. Why the fuck are you playing Skyward
Why are you
Sword
playing
where
with
you
toe
have to do this
controls?
and you're using the fucking button controls? The button controls are terrible. Of course you're gonna have a bad time with them. And then it's like, I don't want to play it again. Well, then you're not experiencing it the way you think the fucking Wii version had button controls. You playing fucking, you playing Deltarune on like a Commodore, fucking on like an Atari Jaguar type shit? No, you don't. You're dumb. You're not dumb. I'm sure you're a good person, and it's just that you didn't want it. I don't see why you would want it because it's cool. But like, dude, the game is built around like being specific with how you attack. Why would you want to use buttons?
Was there a Legend of Zelda game on the Virtual Boy?
No,
No?
actually there
Okay.
wasn't. There was a Wario game on the Virtual Boy.
I heard
think.
about that, yeah.
And a Star Fox game that I think was just Star Fox SNES again.
Again?
I think.
Damn.
Does that mean we've had the SNES title 6 times?
Probably.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I think I'm just saying that. I might be wrong. I have no idea.
But
I
if
like
you
Zelda.
have an idea, comment it down below.
If you
'cause-
know, then comment. Yes.
Yeah. Also,
You know we're actually getting close to passing our direct competitor. I think we're at 29 subscribers and they're at 32.
Finally.
I know.
This is going to be the thing that pushes us over the edge.
I'll make sure to actually properly start advertising the podcast now that we're actually going to be doing more with it.
Yeah, because if even half the people...
Because I don't like that my VODs channel has more subscribers than we do.
Than the Stooge
My VODs
cast.
channel has almost 100 subscribers, I think.
That's
I
going to be
don't
your
like
challenge.
that.
Get everyone who
I don't
follows
even
your
fucking
thing
want
to follow
anybody
this.
to go... I mean, I guess the VODs channel would also be where I stream live if I ever switch to YouTube streaming as well. That's where I did stream alongside Twitch for a little bit, but it was too much for my RAM, so I had to stop. I'd probably be able to do it now, though. But, like, I don't want the VODs channel to be big. Like, it's, I don't know, it would never turn into the second channel. It's always going to be the VODs channel.
It's literally just where you're uploading
It's always
the
going
VODs,
to be where I stream on YouTube. Like, I think the only other time I'm ever going to stream on YouTube would be for when I do, like, the thanking all of my YouTube subscribers stream that I have to do.
Yeah.
That'll probably have to be on the main channel. But, like, I don't care about the VODs channel that much. I only upload on it for the sake of having footage, and that's it. I don't really need to have an audience there. I'd rather the audience be here.
Me
When
too.
we talk about things like definitely only Zelda.
Yeah, this entire episode has been just Zelda.
Just Zelda. Like, just Monica. Just Zelda, dude.
Well, you know, this has been a pretty good episode.
I'm not done.
We still have a lot
It's a pretty
more.
good episode.
I still
We
have
had
some stuff to talk
fun.
about. Like, I mean, I'd talk about Twilight Princess all day, but what I want to get into, because I've been talking about it a lot, is the... Okay. I know that I have been very harsh in my language in the past, but despite popular belief, I don't hate Breath of the Wild. My thing with Breath of the Wild is that I don't like open world games unless it has certain elements, like unless it has customization, multiplayer, or like... I don't remember what the third thing I said in my Terraria video, which is funny because I just watched it. Interesting and engaging gameplay or multiplayer, I think is what I said. Breath of the Wild doesn't really have that. Like, none of that. It doesn't have multiplayer. Yes, it has customization, but you're not really customizing. And the engaging gameplay, you're not really going to do. Because you're always going to go for the best option. Like, you have all of these different weapons that you can use, and all of these different bows with all of these different arrows, but rarely are you ever put in a position where you need to utilize all of those. In fact, if you're good enough at the game, you can just go to Hyrule Castle and take all the weapons from there, and then you never really have to worry about the game being challenging, or even worry that much about your durability ever.
Yeah.
Which essentially gets rid of the entire point of Breath of the Wild, where, like, you shouldn't be hoarding your weapons, and you need to utilize, like, the Sheikah Slate abilities to sometimes deal damage, like use bombs, but from when I played it, I was never in a position where I was running out of shit. I even started to avoid most encounters because I didn't want to waste my durability on them. I kind of wanted to have an easier time with, like, actual challenges, or sometimes I'd just walk by enemy camps because I did not need their weapons. I did not need to waste my time with getting any materials or any new weapons or any new shields. I was fine.
The reward for beating the camps isn't very worth it if all it is going to replace...
Or like 50 rupees.
Yeah, it's either rupees, which you can get in many other ways, or items that you would just be using to clear the camp anyways, so you're not really gaining a lot from doing that. And it being open world means you can just kind of walk by all that at no consequence.
My problem with Breath of the Wild was just that it didn't feel like a Zelda game right away, and it just kind of lacked everything that I liked about Zelda games, such as the subtle storytelling, or like the subtle hints that they give, like, for example, the fish, right? The fish to get into Jabu Jabu, the only way that you would know to do that is to take the context clues of, like, I have an empty bottle, and I can't get into Jabu Jabu, well, maybe the Zoras know something about that, I'll go talk to them, and then one of them gives you the answer, right? Or maybe you just think, like, okay, I have this empty bottle, what can I put in it? Well, there's some fish around here, what happens if I drop a fish in front of Jabu Jabu, right? You can come to that conclusion yourself, and I had made a joke that was like, if that was put in Breath of the Wild, the camera would dramatically pan over to the fish, and then you would be stuck in 20 minutes of dialogue where two Zoras are talking about the fish.
Breath of the Wild is fascinating to me as somebody who hasn't played a lot of Zelda, and wasn't a big fan of the game when I bought it for $40 and played it.
Yes.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot, like, some aspects I do like about it.
Yeah,
right?
like, it's not necessarily a bad game to play. You can find some enjoyment from it, but, like...
I can see it why this, like, AAA Nintendo open world game that it is, literally shook up the industry for a few years and kind of redefined what it meant to be an open world game.
Yes.
And like, you know, some of the other stuff about it is cool. I like the horseback riding. I would argue I like the way you ride horses in that game better than Twilight Princess.
That's valid. You experienced a kind of nerfed and slidier version than what it was for the Wii and GameCube.
Yeah.
The horse, actually, I really like talking about... I'm going to deviate from this, actually, because I really like talking about this. So, I was almost a horse girl. I went to horse camp for, like, a week, and I had my own horse at the camp, and I almost got to name it, and I almost got to own my own horse. Long story. My mom dated this guy. And at the camp, we got to ride the horse, and we got to experience what it was like to speed up and the weight behind it, and that's worth mentioning, because when they were creating the horse physics in Twilight Princess, they literally made one of the directors go out and just ride a horse. Like, they paid him to go out to this camp, and they were like, ride a horse and then program how that felt.
Yeah.
And that's what they did for the for the Wii and GameCube versions, where Epona has some real weight to it, and it gives you time to get used to that. And so, like, the turning was a little bit tighter because of the weight with it, but you had to, like, time your turns, which made certain things a lot easier because you would know the timing. They got rid of that in the Wii U version and instead kind of made it feel like Epona was almost sliding when she turns, which would often make her turns wider than they
really
should be.
Clunky.
Yes, yeah,
It
like
felt
it was
really bad.
It was, compared to the Wii and GameCube version, it's slippier, and it shouldn't be, and that's unfortunately the version that you experienced.
That I experienced,
because
yes.
they didn't change how the mechanics of the game work around Epona's turning. They still made Epona... They still made the sections around Epona control as if she could do those tight turns, and as if she did have that weight to her. Like with the Ganon fight, you should be able to take much tighter turns against that Ganon, but you can't in the Wii U version, which makes the fight harder because it's harder to get behind Ganon, and he's still moving at a speed that you can't really handle.
No.
Because you don't have that weight, because you don't have that timing.
There was also...
But
like,
the Breath of the Wild version of the horse riding is also floaty, but because it allows you to just, like, put your horse on a path and not have to control it,
Yeah,
it does make it feel a bit more cinematic.
The controls for Breath of the Wild's, like, horseback riding is, I think the word is, like, a bit gentrified, right? Like, there's there's more kind of, like, automation to it.
I don't like riding the horse when you're in, like, dense areas, though. I feel like the Breath of the Wild horse is only at its best when you're in an open area.
Yeah.
But if you're, like, trying to cross a fucking bridge and your horse decides there's a little thing here and I'm gonna slide off and oh, I just fucking killed myself, that pisses me off. The amount of times I've had to walk past a bridge in Breath of the Wild because chunks of it are missing and the horse just isn't smart enough to... Or if you're bringing a horse back to the ranch and it's not listening to you and it decides to launch itself off the bridge because fuck you, that irks me. But when it's at its best, it is really good.
There's also a lot of other smaller stuff in the Breath of the Wild that I think I enjoy, right? Like the shield surfing down like hills and stuff. That's fun as hell.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, I will admit.
You've been yawning a lot, dude. This entire episode. I'm gonna put
I'm
you yawning
sorry.
in the thumbnail.
The Stooge.
I'm putting you yawning in the thumbnail.
See,
I am.
What we need is the Stooge yawning compilation.
Yes.
The atmosphere is okay.
I will.
I know you will.
Yeah.
The atmosphere and the like tone of the game is pretty neat. All Zelda games though, like pretty much all Zelda games have really good tone and atmosphere, so I'm not surprised there. Whatever
vibe they're trying to put off, they always get it like perfect. It's crazy. Especially when you have games that are very bright and colorful, like Wind Waker or Skyward Sword, and then they start to get real, and it's like, oh, I'm not playing a fun little shell-shaded kid Zelda game anymore. Link's about to fucking die. He's getting fist fighted by fucking a grown-ass man. Or like when you go to the Silent Realm and Skyward Sword, and the fucking theme starts playing, and the Guardians, which are fucking better in Skyward Sword than they are in Breath of the Wild, fight me. And, don't fight me. I'm 5'3". I'm not gonna win that fight, but I'll still be correct. I've never been wrong in my entire life. Fact check me. Don't do that. But, like, it gets real. Like, those games are good at just diverting expectations with what an art style means.
I just think one of the biggest things that took away from my enjoyment of Breath of the Wild is a lot of Breath of the Wild staples, or a lot of Legend of Zelda staples, I would argue, were kind of taken away in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, absolutely. That's my biggest irk with it, is that sometimes while
there's
Breath of the Wild feels like a Zelda game, but not in the way that the other 3D titles do, and that's what irks me about it, is that the subtle storytelling or the subtle hints are gone in favor of, like, memories that spell everything out for you while still leaving you with more questions than answers, or, like, just all of these questions. Breath of the Wild has too many questions, and it just feels like there should have been more, you know?
Yeah, sure. For me, there's like dozens of small dungeons in Breath of the Wild, right? Like those shrines or whatever. But they don't feel as fun or satisfying to complete as like the 4 or 5 big, like, well-crafted dungeons of, like, say, Twilight Princess.
Yes,
or
like Arbiter's Grounds fucking carries.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the Zelda dungeons.
So
I do like Arbiter's Grounds.
There's some my gripes with it. Like, I understand where the video game industry is coming from.
It also feels like
but...
they didn't want to make a Zelda game with the shrines, where it was like, oh, do this puzzle and you figure out how to do it, right? Like, Zelda was really good at creating these aha moments where you finally figure out what the solution was, right? Like, you realize you have to give the fish to Jabu Jabu, or you realize you have to cut the rope with your sword, like in Goron Mines. Like, it makes you go like, oh,
or
fuck, like,
you
that's
have
awesome.
to realize that, like, you know, you have to hook shot in this specific area.
Yeah, you look up and you know, like, or Wind Waker, you're like, okay, well, I don't see anything obvious in this room. I'll look up. Oh, there's a grappling hook thing. You know, I have that, right?
Yes.
Breath of the Wild's dungeon design was, you figure out how to beat this. You have to, like, get there, and the door might be locked, the door might not be locked. You get up there, you figure it out. You do it. It's like, that's not what Zelda games are. Zelda games are not, you fucking just get up there yourself, buddy.
They're
like,
well-crafted dungeons with...
And I know that the whole point... Stop. You are falling asleep actively. You said you're not tired? When did you go to bed?
Last night?
I fucking assumed that it was last night. I'm asking what time?
It wasn't super late.
What time?
I don't know if I remember.
I'm gonna fall asleep during the Transformers episode.
No.
I'm just gonna be like...
me and Goat are gonna be over here just talking about...
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, so...
Me and Goat are be talking over here, I just got over
the
there
Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah,
what do you
we'll
think
be
about
talking,
the Matrix of
and
Leadership?
you'll be over there, like, passed out, and we'll just still be talking. Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
That's what I'll do.
We'll be having a conversation, and the camera will pan over, and it'll just be you, like...
I'll just climb over this way, and slowly, just like...
Are you
Bye.
okay? Are you alright?
Come back around the normal way.
That's what I'll do. You won't fucking see me anymore. No one will notice. You guys will notice. You'll be like, what the fuck is she doing?
We'll just be like, hey, Transformers, and you'll just be over there slowly.
Get back in my fucking room. I'm gonna do that, dude. I'm gonna do that. Just you wait.
Just camera
Call me
pans
Alexander
over.
Hamilton, because just you wait.
Camera will pan over, you'll just be like...
But yeah, Breath of the Wild just did not... Like, it felt like a Zelda game in the sense that it was like, yo, the villages, the NPCs, the music, Zelda, Link, Ganon. But it was missing what made me love Zelda so much. Zelda games make me think. That really fucking put me out of breath. Zelda games make me
like,
think.
Fell.
It's why I like... I'm fine, I let myself fall. It's why is Fable just staring at the water? It freaks me out when he does that. You better be drinking. Good boy. Well, it's not a good sign when the cats just watch the water and don't drink from it, so it freaks me out when he does that. Fable, are you gonna drink?
Yeah.
Hey? They're both sitting by the waterfall now. But, like, the dungeons in Breath of the Wild don't make me think. They just make me kind of want to get out of there, and then when I don't want to do that, I just avoid it. The other Zelda games don't make me feel like that. That's why I like the water dungeons in Zelda. Like, I like Jabu Jabu's Belly. I like the water temple. I like the lake bed temple. Because it makes me play the game for the first time again. It makes me go like, what the fuck? Did did I do last time? How did I get through this last time? And then you do get through it.
And then some of the puzzles, the like solutions, they're so clever, right?
Yeah.
And like especially when there's like a big main area, and then like it loops back to it, but it's changed because of your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Breath of the Wild just kind of doesn't have that, especially since the actual dungeons of the game all have the exact same mechanic, just with a different backdrop. Like, it's like you have to get all the terminals, but the water can block your way, or you have to get all the terminals, but the fire could block your way, and you have to get all the terminals, but the lightning could block your way, or you have to get all the terminals, but the wind could block your way. Now you have to go outside.
And then the lightning
Now you have to
blocks your
put
way.
water there? Like, that's what it feels like.
It's-
It feels like baby's first Zelda game, which I guess was meant to be the point.
It's a shame, too, because a lot of the abilities that you get in that game, really, like, give me precedence to think that there could be more creative dungeons, right?
Yeah.
Like Rivali's Gale, or that one ability that lets you climb up waterfalls, I think that exists.
The Zora armor.
Yeah, the Zora armor. Like, there's so many things like that they just don't really
use.
do a
Yeah,
lot
they
with.
could
Yes.
do more. They could be doing more with it.
They just make it that you can do that while you're exploring, but, like, where could that really be utilized except those areas where I use it once, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even really need the Zora armor to fight Varuda, I don't think. I think you just run around with side, unless you go up the water fountains that he brings down. I don't remember the fights, but, like, you don't, I think you do use the armor for Varuda, but you don't use it afterwards. I don't think you use the armor at all inside Varuda, because you never really go... Varuda can bring down waterfalls, yeah, but you don't ever ride it.
Yeah,
It just gets rid of fire in the dungeon.
So, I don't know. I've never played the other one, Breath of the Wild. What's its sequel?
Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom gets rid of a lot of my issues with Breath of the Wild. While the storytelling of the sages aren't exactly engaging, because they all tell you the exact same thing regardless of what order you fight them in. They'll be like, I was the sage, but then there was an incident with the Age of Imprisonment War, and now I have to trade this off to you. It's never like an expanded level of storytelling, which I would argue. Yeah, but Breath of the Wild also did the same thing.
Mhm.
You know, you save the spirit, and the spirit's like, I was fighting the water blight Ganon, and then I died, and now you get my power. It's the same thing. Tears of the Kingdom got a bit more criticism with it, though. But, like, the dungeon designs are incredibly engaging and unique from each other. It's not just finding terminals. Like, yeah, you do kind of have to go to this and stop this. Now we have to find 4 more, Link. Like, there is still that, but the Wind Temple is a lot, like, it's a giant fucking ship. Like, an actual, like, wind ship. What? Where's he at?
One of the cats are behind the green screen. I
Oh,
think.
shit. Well, there, goodbye. You could have put it in your pocket and sat back down.
Are we cutting this part, or
Yeah.
are we leaving it in? Well, I guess that's up to editing Connor. You know, editing Connor, the one that, like, definitely put the PNG of a dancing clown at that
I
one
hope
segment.
you put the fucking PNG of the dancing clown.
You-
So anyways, like, it's, the dungeon designs are better. Like, in the wind dungeon, you have to fly around and like, go in and out of the ship and close the fucking winds, or you have to go through the mine carts in the fire temple, or you have to use the zero gravity and float around with the water droplets in the water temple, and the thunder temple sucks, but it's there. But it just felt more like, yeah, there was still a sense of, you can figure out how to do this yourself, but you still have to get to this and turn it off. Like, you still have to get Yunobo over there, or you still have to climb, or you still have to get to that side of the room. Like, it was a bit more, there was a lot more atmosphere, because it wasn't just the same automaton, but another 3 times.
Yeah.
With, like, the same looking walls, and the same floor, and the same music type beat. There was more of an atmosphere to each temple, and its own music, and its own shtick. Like you had Yunobo, who can roll forward and blow rocks up, or you have Tulin, who can make you fly a little bit further, or you have Sidon, which creates like a water bubble, or you have Riju, which does something that I can't remember because that dungeon sucks. But, like, they all had their own shtick, instead of it just being like, get to the terminals by flying with your glider,
Yeah.
or get rid of the fire by hitting a button. There was just a bit
There was more to
there
it.
was more to it, and that also doesn't even talk about, like, the fact that Tears of the Kingdom had a lot more going on in terms of the cutscenes and and the NPCs, because it's becoming a more built Hyrule, right? Like, there's just, what does she have? Twilight, do you have your butterfly?
I think that is her butterfly.
I have something. Twilight's hanging out in the green screen right now.
Yeah, she's hanging out in the green screen.
Like, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was a lot more open, absolutely, and that might make you think that I dislike it more than I dislike Breath of the Wild, but that's not the case. Tears of the Kingdom being more open was not an issue, because they made traversing the world a lot better. You didn't have to necessarily get a horse, or do the bullshit, or pay $20 to get the motorcycle. You could just build, like, your little air bike, and get as many batteries as you can, and you can just fly around for as long as you want, you know? The areas were more open for that sense of traversal, or you can use Fuse to, like, make new weapons from all the materials that you have, so that if something is dying, you could then fuse it and bring its durability back. Like, there was just more in Tears of the Kingdom that made it feel like a Zelda game with, like, not just the NPCs or the music or the environment, but with the dungeons. And then the shrines were still there to kind of, like, you know, because it's that kind of Zelda game. It's the Breath of the Wild version with the shrines and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just felt better, even though it was bigger. I didn't mind that it was bigger. And everything that was paid, like all of the DLC that was in Breath of the Wild, came to Tears of the Kingdom for free, such as all of the different costumes that you could get. Like, one of the best armors in that game is or at least in Breath of the Wild, was the spirit, like the Phantom armor set. You could just find that in Tears of the Kingdom. You didn't have to pay $20 for it.
Or like scan an amiibo.
Or scan an amiibo, yeah. Like, it was, and you still can scan the amiibo to get the stuff too. So it's just like, I don't know, it was a better game to me. Tears of the Kingdom was actually very good, and I've only beaten it once.
Well, that's nice. That's good.
I like it a lot. I gotta replay it, actually. Maybe I'll replay it on stream or something. The next Zelda game I'm streaming is Skyward Sword.
Oh, same.
I don't know if that'll be... I don't know if I'll do it after Brutal Legend. I might wait. Or if we do it after Donkey Kong 64, we'll see. But I know that I want that to be the next Zelda game. Because everyone that I've talked to, when they've streamed Skyward Sword, they've talked about how they did the button controls, and while they enjoyed the story, they didn't enjoy the gameplay. So I'm gonna use the actual motion controls. I'm gonna fucking swing my Joy-Con left and right, and I'm hoping that I can show how good the game is when you actually kind of give it the chance that it deserves.
Yeah.
When you actually play it the way that it was intended. And I think that's important when it comes to experiencing some of these games, which I've also proven with the way that I went about playing. You're still yawning.
I know. I'm good.
When you have to look this over,
It's a reflex.
you should do a zoom in of, like, yeah, I don't know, that's why I'm gonna fucking kill myself when we do the Transformers video, and then it'll be a reflex that I've got flies all over me. You know, but oh Christ, Twilight, what do you, oh, they're playing.
Guys.
No, it's okay, they're playing, they're
sorry.
good.
I thought they were scratching the chair.
No, they're good.
Okay, we can cut that part.
Don't, yeah, she's looking for him now. Where did you go? There you are. Oh, she's like chasing him. Twilight's chasing Banjo around. You can't see it because the camera's not on them, but they are. She is on the prowl right now.
She's like stalking.
She's on chase. She's
and
on
Banjo
chase.
doesn't care. Banjo's scratching up a post, and Twilight's just watching him do it. And Fable's watching Twilight. Fable.
She's on chase.
She's on chase. Yes. No. She just turned her head really fast. What are you doing? Are you fingering my shield?
I'm fixing this.
Oh.
Fuck off.
He's grumpy because he didn't have his full map.
So Zelda.
The princess or the franchise?
Both.
Okay.
I'm going to
Zelda's
play
pretty
Skyward
cool.
Sword the way that it was intended to, because I think sometimes when you go into these games with the wrong mindset, you end up leaving with the wrong mindset, which is what happened with my first playthrough of Wind Waker. I wanted to prove that it wasn't better than Twilight Princess, so I only saw the cracks, and I refused to look at it for what it was or what it was trying to do. And I think some people did that with Skyward Sword. I think sometimes people get so up in their feelings about the fact that Skyward Sword's considered the worst Zelda game, and that Skyward Sword actually isn't that good, and it's incredibly flawed. I feel like people get too in their heads about that, so then when they start playing Skyward Sword, they're cautious about it, and they're looking for it.
Yeah.
Dude.
They do get pretty.
You're gonna hate how
that.
you're gonna watch the editing back, and you're gonna come back to me and be like, I don't like how much I was yawning. I want to cut away from it. Every time I've looked at you, you've been yawning.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna be
I'm
so
good.
obnoxious in the fucking Transformers episode.
You're
I
gonna be
promise
so
you.
fucking obnoxious.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, oh! Oh man, I'm so tired.
So Bumblebee, right?
So fucking Ironhide. What a fucking loser, am I right? Like, just God.
We're just gonna be over here. It's just gonna be
Give me
us
a
having
fun fact about Zelda right now to save face.
the fun fact about Zelda.
Yeah, go. Come on, Coco Melon.
Link's sword hand was swapped for Skyward Sword because of the motion controls.
It was also swapped in Twilight Princess for the motion controls, which is why Twilight Princess and the Wii is mirrored.
Isn't he usually left-handed?
Yes. Fuck you.
Isn't he usually left-handed?
Yes,
Yes.
Link has been
I
left-handed.
appreciate, as a left-handed person myself.
You're
Me
both
too.
left-handed, right?
Yeah,
What are the odds? I feel like you guys have to be related in some sense.
I don't think so.
You guys have like the same beard,
We're
Mine's
related.
orange.
You're hairy.
the same nose.
My...
Yeah, but he's Scottish. You would have red in him.
Oh, that's true. Oh, maybe somewhere down the line we are.
I'm half Scottish.
Yeah. Do you know your heritage at all?
I know part of it's Scottish.
What the fuck? There you go. That's there. You know, you got it. You do it.
Scots of a feather stay together. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Twilight. She doesn't like people being in her space at fucking all. If you are all up in her business, she slaps you, but she won't end the fight. If you slap back, she'll be like, "Meh," and she'll run. Okay, buddy. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, you're trying to go back around again. Fable
Sorry,
is
we're
wrapping around the TV.
yeah, we're watching the cats as they do their cat things.
Which you don't do usually in a podcast, but this is just in the middle of my fucking living room. So. Alright, well, any final thoughts on the Zelda franchise? Because it's mostly been me just venting, I think.
Zelda.
You go.
I like that whenever Stooge isn't yawning,
No.
he's interrupting.
I'm interrupting him.
Like, the only time
I don't mean to do
The
it.
only time he wants to talk is when you're talking.
What's that?
Other
Goat
than-
has an opinion?
Other than that,
Actually,
other than that, he's fucking dead on the chair.
Actually, I have an opinion
You
right
are-
now.
you are-
I loved watching the like, thing peak.
You're
when
gonna
you
hate
did
that. You're gonna be on your phone listening to the podcast and then look up really fast.
I'm gonna look up and see me just like deep throating the mic and be like, "Why am I so?"
Tell me something your mom doesn't know. Yeah.
Oh.
I love doing that. Anyways, final thoughts on Zelda. Tanner, go first.
I like Zelda
Yeah.
as a franchise, as a concept. I like what they did to kind of like evolve the gaming
I'm watching you to
space.
make sure you don't yawn. Every time you yawn in this episode, you owe me $5. Go.
Fuck off.
Because like you know,
Oh, you say
even
go,
from its
like, from
inception on the NES, right, up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
how it is today, it has been a like really big influence in like the gaming sphere and like
Absolutely.
how like video games as
Oh,
a
yeah.
culture is shaped.
He's still talking.
So final thoughts. I think they're good. I have to play more Zelda games personally, and I will.
I think that you wouldn't. I don't know about Ocarina of Time. You might think that Ocarina of Time is a little like samey. I think you would enjoy Majora's Mask a lot. I
I've
genuinely think that you would fuck with Majora's Mask hard.
I've been told that I would probably like it for
Yeah.
like its atmosphere alone. So
Also, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
the shtick of all the things that you have to remember, and like the scheduling of it all, and like the characters and the time aspect.
Mhm.
I think that would be very enticing for you, and I feel like it would be something that would like keep your brain busy.
maybe, yeah, probably.
That's what I liked about it a lot, is all the scheduling that you have to do with it. It's a shame we didn't talk that much about Majora's Mask, because I did just recently stream it a couple weeks or like even months ago, and it was good. I feel like Majora's Mask is like everybody's favorite Zelda game. You either like Majora's Mask or Wind Waker if you're old gen, or you either like Majora's Mask or Breath of the Wild if you're new gen. I barely hear people telling me that Twilight Princess is their favorite Zelda game, besides myself. But like, Majora's Mask is really that good. Like, I can definitely see why it's considered to be some people's favorites, especially if you didn't experience Ocarina of Time first, or maybe you did and then immediately played Majora's Mask. Like, once I was done with Majora's Mask, I kind of wanted to pick it up again, and I was disappointed that I had beaten it. But I had done literally everything in that game. Like, that is how impactful it is. You really do want to do everything. You really do want to complete it.
Mhm.
You're doing it a disservice if you don't, because you don't get the Fierce Deity and you don't make everybody happy. You know what I mean?
We didn't even mention the best Zelda games, the CDI games.
I've talked about them enough. They're fine.
I wonder
Lamb
what's for
boil
dinner.
rope. Bombs? You want it?
Sorry,
It's
Link,
yours,
I
my
can't
friend.
give credit.
As
Have you
long as you
seen,
have enough rupees.
Have you seen that video of Morshu, but it's like sentence mix to read the entire Bible?
Yes.
Yeah, we watched that during my 12-hour stream while I was eating dinner, and we're probably gonna watch it again when I do my 24-hour stream. And I actually learned something about the like female anatomy.
Learning about
from
the Bible
that.
from Morshu
Because
reading
it was
the Bible.
like we were just kind of talking and like joking, sitting there, and then eventually he was like, "Adam
So
ate
long.
the apple and cursed. Childbirth will now be painful and." Like Adam's apple in throat, and we were all like, "What? That's what happened."
That's
like,
why
we
it
actually
sucks?
learned something from Morshu reading the Bible.
Isn't that crazy, Banjo?
It just became like he suddenly became way more legible than he was for like the first 10 minutes that we were listening to it. It's like
Banjo.
as soon as we heard childbirth will be painful from Morshu's face, I was like, "Wait, really? Is that why?" As if it's like factual. But that's it, like, yeah, it was. So I've seen it. I've also seen him sing Scatman, which is one of my favorite songs of all time.
That's a good
That was
one.
awesome. Because he says like every vowel in his dialogue, so you can just make him say anything if you're
Hey,
good enough at sentence
Holy
mixing.
shit, that's...
Banjo, what do you think of Zelda?
I think that the best game is Breath of the Wild because it's so sad that everyone's dead. I'm going to lick this table.
Yeah, you would say
Licking
that,
the
wouldn't you,
table.
Banjo?
No,
You know,
I'm
that,
I just
that
like
camera
the-
there probably
he's
can't
licking
catch
the-
it.
He's
I
so
don't know. I don't think it
fluffy.
sees that much of the table.
Look how big and fluffy he
He's
is. How did he
massive,
get?
yeah.
He's a big
How did
no
he
one
get
can
to
see
be
it, but
so
Banjo is
big?
massive.
How did he get to be so big?
What are
He's
your
a
final
year
thoughts on
old.
Zelda?
Yes.
Would you ever do a randomizer with us?
Let
Me?
Yeah,
Sure.
or maybe do like a multiplayer playthrough of like Twilight Princess. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'd love to do that for stream.
I'd be down to do something like that.
I
With
wonder
Twilight
what-
Princess, you can play with like 6 people, I think.
Oh, shoot.
And when we did the multiplayer playthrough, me, Obi, Stooge, and Cal, it had just been released like 2 weeks prior.
The
2 weeks ago
birds.
was when we started playing it, so we were basically bug testers.
The birds are singing. Isn't it beautiful?
What is that? From?
Golly.
What are you told?
Is that a Half-Life reference?
No, that's
I
a
wouldn't-
CDI game.
Is it?
Oh.
Squadala!
Squadala, we're off. But
So,
no, it,
No!
Is-
when
None
we
to the
initially
pit.
played it, it was basically in
burns.
beta, so now it would probably be a lot
You haven't
more.
seen the last of me.
Thanks, Stooge.
is quoting CDI your final thoughts for the episode?
I do.
It would be fun though. It would be fun to either because I'm always down for an ocarina.
Zelda's
randomizer.
very fun.
I'm
love.
fucking talking here, you fucking shaped like a goddamn coconut cream pie looking motherfucker. Shut up. Sit down.
That's a new one.
Sit down. Back up. Back up. Back up. Thank you. Anyways, so it
You're
would
not
be a lot of fun
intimidating. You're
because
5'3".
Yeah, really? I'm not intimidating, huh?
Hey,
Hey, fucking recoiling
touch
away.
me.
I'm not intimidating. That's what I fucking thought.
Ow.
We should add like a cut.
That's
there.
when, that's when you add Doom
to
Board.
do like
That's when you add Doom Board. that moment is exactly when you add Doom Board.
That's the fucking. Did you say only?
Yeah, dude. But no, randomizers I'm always down for. Maybe doing a Majora's randomizer one day would be fun. And then I really want to do a Twilight Princess like multiplayer stream one day where we like play through the game. Not like all in one run, obviously, but
yeah, but like
it would be fun to get to play through that game when it's a bit more optimized. All right, Stu, your turn. Now you may speak.
your final thoughts.
I really like Skirvo from.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
From.
Oh, Skirbo's from Skyward Sword. Sorry, I thought that was a Transformer.
No, from
I
Skyward
thought that was a
Sword.
Transformer. I was
Can
so
you
ready.
imagine?
I was
What-
so ready for you to be like,
What
I
are
like
your
Skirbo
final thoughts
from-
on the
from
Legend of Zelda
Rise of the
episode? And
Beasts,
you're like, oh,
Season 7.
I think it's really cool when you
It's
play it.
the games are very good. I would personally recommend
Yeah, you fight Skirbo
Twilight
twice,
Princess.
essentially.
Well, you fight Skirbo and then later you fight, I think, Dynamo, which is in
It's the same fucking enemy.
It's the same fight but different look. It's a
Yeah.
palette swap. They
Mm.
changed like the face and they changed the hat, and it's the same fight just in closer proximity.
I don't know if you can see it, but Goat just put the bomb chew on Banjo.
It's like sinking into him.
Bomb chew on
How did you get to
Banjo.
be so fluffy?
Bomb chew on the Bambo.
You were the size of my hand when we
Bomb
got
chew on
you,
the
and now
banjo.
look at him, he's massive.
Bomb chew on the
How'd you get so
Banjo.
big?
Can you take a picture of that with your phone?
Yeah.
While you say your final thoughts, dude.
Play Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. If you want something that is maybe less dark, Skyward Sword it also has some dark stuff, but isn't as dark as Twilight Princess.
I would make the argument that Twilight Princess is darker than Majora's Mask. I think that it
Yeah.
handles grief in different ways, without it being like so obvious. I think that Majora's Mask is obvious with its grief storytelling, but I think people experience Majora's Mask first, so they're like, well, it's darker because like the moon's gonna fall, and it's like Twilight Princess is a bit more subtle than that.
It
But
is.
I like it. I like
Play Zelda. Maybe play the new Ocarina of Time remake coming out possibly
play
later
it
this
instead
year.
of GTA 6.
Yeah,
I think that would
play
be
it
really
instead of
funny.
GTA
Yeah.
If you like the 2D
Yeah, do
Zelda
it.
stuff, check out Mina the Hollower.
Yes. As for me,
Alternatively, play Deltarune Chapter 3.
fuck you. I mean, yeah, sure. For me, I mean, mine's obvious, right? Like, Zelda was the first game that I ever played. Ocarina of Time, it was my sister Anna that had introduced me to the games. I have a very specific memory of me asking her to play it for me, and she said specifically 2 minutes, and I didn't know that 2 minutes was not that long. But that is a real story, actually. That is, like, one of my first early memories of video games. I will never forget what it felt like to actually be able to play Ocarina of Time, and to only do the first 3 dungeons, and then see the way that all the Reddits are surrounding and mark it and freak out and stop playing, and then not
It's
beat it until I was
terrifying.
12 years old on the 3DS, while still owning the fucking N64 version too. But like, Zelda really kind of is what put me on the path of who I am today. Like, so many other games did help form Banjo's Attacking Your Chord. So many other games did help kind of form the kind of person that I am today, like Dragon Age Origins, Final
Origin.
Fantasy 15, Brutal Legend definitely shaped me a little bit. But Zelda put me on that path. Like, Ocarina of Time is the reason I became a fan of video games. First game that I ever played, like, first female, like, protagonist and all of that. And the fact that it's just kept evolving and it's kept going and it hasn't really died out is also incredibly impressive. There's so many other gaming franchises that are fizzling out or are basically dead or only recently got a revival, like Fable.
Or like in Zelda's 40-year time span, there have been franchises that have come and gone.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Like Little Big Planet, Sly Cooper, to name a few. Like Ratchet and Clank, I think only just recently got a new game with like the girl Ratchet, the
yeah.
blue one. Like, that's what I mean. Is it's just crazy to think that such an old title could become so big and also mean so much to so many people in so many different ways. Like, I can knock on Breath of the Wild fans all I want, right? Like, I can be like, oh, you know what? Breath of the Wild changed the franchise, which it did, and I can knock on people only playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but the truth is that the fact that a franchise that's been going on for so long can still be unique enough to bring in new people is amazing. Like, I came into this franchise because of Ocarina of Time. Some people came into this franchise because of Majora's Mask or Wind Waker, or maybe the 2D titles. Maybe you joined from A Link to the Past. Maybe you joined from the very first Zelda. He's still... Or maybe you came in from Breath of the Wild or even Age of Imprisonment. Like, there truly is no end to the kind of people that the Zelda franchise has been able to bring in. Look at Twilight now. She's like, I kind of like this too. But you shouldn't touch it because you're kind of mean. I don't like you. But it's a fantastic franchise that I'm glad to see has kind of come back into the mainstream, kind of. Because I feel like Zelda used to be a niche, almost. Not in Nintendo, but in gaming in general. I have a memory of... I was very openly a Zelda fan in high school, and I once had someone DM me, calling me a bunch of fucking names, and then saying, Call of Duty is the best game of all time, go play Zelda, bitch.
That's cringe.
I have a very clear memory of, go play Zelda, bitch, in that DM.
Oh.
And it's just cool to see that, like, that... I don't feel like that's happening anymore. Twilight and Fable are now fighting. I don't know. Zelda's cool, and I'm happy that I became a fan of it, and I'm happy that it led me down the path of enjoying video games, and eventually made me... I mean, Ocarina of Time was the first game that I ever made a video on, you know?
Yeah,
Talking about randomizers and what I miss about the Zelda franchise, and how randomizers, specifically the Ocarina of Time randomizer, kind of brought me back into that. There may have even been a point where I stopped being a Zelda fan because of the release of Breath of the Wild, but randomizers brought me back into it. And now with titles like Echoes of Wisdom and the movie coming out, and now the Ocarina remake, revamp, remaster, whatever it is, it's just nice to see that this franchise has kept going, considering so many other franchises have teeter-tottered or just died altogether.
Yeah, no, it's nice to like that.
Or they crash and burn.
Yeah.
Like that Nintendo knows that Zelda has the staying power.
They have not
as,
fucked
like,
up with
Mario.
Zelda like they have with like Pokemon or something, you know?
Yeah, with like Pokemon or
Yeah. Even the
F-Zero.
When Tears of the
Oh.
Tears of the Kingdom was finished like a year before it was released, but they delayed it a year so that they could do the bug testing. You
Yeah.
know, there was no game-breaking glitches in Tears of the Kingdom. There was no major frame rate drops, or at least it wasn't a big deal like it was for other titles. Like Breath of the Wild's release on the Switch was actually abysmal. Like there was so many issues and frame drops with that game that had to be patched out within like the first couple weeks or so. But because Breath of the Wild is such an amazing game, no one really talks about that.
Mhm.
It's not really well
Also,
known
I
that
think
Breath of the Wild.
most people I think played it on the Switch and not the Wii U.
No,
Most
both
people-
versions were really bad. Both versions had abysmal FPS issues, and not necessarily game-breaking bugs, but sometimes the game would slow down so much that it would crash. No one fucking remembers that, though, because of how quick that Nintendo handled it, and they haven't had an issue with a Zelda game since. You know?
Yeah.
But no, Zelda's cool, and if you haven't played it, you should play it.
Yeah.
Even fucking JonTron likes Zelda games, you know? Like, come on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but most people are here for my JonTron videos, so like... you know?
Yeah. I've been Stooge. Get it? I was doing Domo's thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
I'm a Stooge.
Stooge.
You've been you.
You've been
You don't even
you.
fucking know it. You don't even know it. You're doing Dumble's thing and you don't even know it.
I gotta.
I hope he
memorize
watches
it.
this and I hope he sends you a paragraph on Discord about
He's
how you're a
not
fucking
gonna send.
disgrace.
He's not gonna send me a
No,
paragraph.
he only sends me the paragraphs.
Exactly. He'll send you one, being like, "How fucking dare you?"
Yeah, yeah. How
Like
dare you
him
hate?
do that.
How dare you hate Breath of the Wild? No, I'm kidding. I don't hate Breath of the Wild.
Shout out to Radio Christine.
Shout out to Radio Christine.
shout out to
I don't know
everyone.
if Christy watches the podcast.
Shout out Midnight Underground.
Yeah, shout out Midnight Underground. I don't
Shout
know
out
if he
everybody
watches
who doesn't
the
watch the podcast.
Yeah.
You should. We're here.
Please,
Some of us are queer.
please watch the podcast.
We've been the Stooges
I mean, I guess
podcast.
if you're queer, then you
You've
don't
been
watch
You've
it.
been
Yeah.
you.
Okay, clip this and post it in your Discord servers. Please watch the podcast.
Please watch the
Please watch the
podcast.
podcast. We upload once a month,
Please.
and the episodes aren't that long, so it gives you something nice to look forward to. And we just yap and we talk and we stim and we dip and we dap and we poke this guy,
Ah,
and he makes that noise. See, we have our own little fucking sound. font
Don't
here.
fucking
Isn't
touch
it
me!
cool? It worked though, didn't it?
it did, but don't touch me.
Watch the podcast. It's good. It's
Watch
fun.
the podcast.
Maybe if more people watch it, we'll upload more. We'll do more with the. I mean, the channel's not just going to be for podcasts. That's why it's not. I don't
Yeah,
think. Is the channel
we
called
could-
The Stooges Podcast, or is it just called The Stooges?
It's called the Stooges podcast.
Okay, well,
But
maybe
we can
we'll,
change it.
we can always just like do more with it. You know.
We could do let's plays.
We could be the.
We could be the
Fable's
game.
taking down the fucking Animal Crossing
Right.
poster. All right. Well, this has been a good episode.
We've been Stooge.
My name is
You've
Starla.
been you.
You can't steal that. There goes the poster.
Oh my god.
And we'll see you next time when we talk about Transformers and Ions 50 fucking times through the episode.
Yay!
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. I bet
Don't
this
forget.
is even on.
I've been
Don't
Ghost
forget.
Goat,
Don't forget.
and you don't forget.
Don't forget.
And I've been Stooge.
If you forget,
She's
then I'm
been
going to
Starla.
be upset. I will forget, and then I'll just like,
So don't forget.
don't forget.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Awesome.
Yay! Goodbye.
Yay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.